talking about flashing lights, baby. Flashing lights everywhere.
Niggas was saying shit about me. They didn't even fucking know me. This is my story. This is what I was doing when wasn't nobody looking.
Y'all don't know what goes on in practice or the locker room.
Welcome back to Gil's Arena, presented by Underdog Fantasy. Whoa, whoa! We back. It's Wednesday. Gil, you've been styling all week.
Well, stop.
Every day.
Stop.
Every day this week, you have expanded, upgraded your fit game.
I'm at work.
You're in the basement.
You look good.
I'm at work. You got the shortest commute amongst all of us.
Always late.
Hey, you make your grand entrance, but obviously this is Gil's Arena presented by Underdog Fantasy. We got Gilbert Arenas here. We got Lexi Brown back with us. Brandon Jennings.
Yeah.
Freedom back on the okay.
First time he sit next to you, huh?
Yeah, this is.
First time he sat next to you.
Okay. You got Freedom.
Yeah.
He got manicured and styled. He back looking less dusty. We got an exciting show for y'all today, so here's what we got cooking in the arena. Dillon Brooks was ejected 5 minutes into his preseason debut with the Rockets, but does the man known as Dillon the Villain have a target on his back? Former blue chip hooper Mikey Williams is facing 6 felony gun charges, but how will this affect his future on and off the court? And who has a deeper bag, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander or Luka Didnt? We will discuss. But before we get into all that, as always, the show is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Download the app. Promo code Gil's Arena that will match your first deposit up to $100. A lot of you guys have bought in to the movement. You're doing it. We need more of you. We're trying to put all these competitors out of business. They're not playing fair. They're trying to do us dirty. They've been slick talking. We're not with all that.
They have?
Nobody see this though, because they're not watching their shit like they're watching this. Okay. But, as always, we do MostlyFans at the end of the show. Do it during the show, too. Go ahead, drop a good question, and if you include your Underdog Fantasy username, you will get a $50 bonus in your account if we use your question on the show. You can also email us videos at mostlyfansgil@gmail.com. We seen Miranda 6 p.m. She got love yesterday with the video. We want to see more of you guys. You guys are very active in the chat. We want to see your faces. Send us
I want to see you.
Yeah.
I want to see y'all.
Yeah.
I want to see y'all.
We want to see. We want to see what's behind those usernames.
So how they look matters with the question they're asking.
I mean, so,
They do.
if they're making a...
Yes, it does.
It does.
The things that they say, the questions they ask.
If they're in the chat talking reckless and their appearance doesn't warrant the ability to do those type of things, we just want to know.
No, I'm pretty sure the person who comes to ask a question, they're asking an actual rule. So their face shouldn't even matter at that point.
But if they're in the chat talking spicy is what we're saying. We need to correlate.
Okay.
Does the face match the ability for you to say the shit that you're saying?
Got it.
That's all.
And
We
if
just
you
want
ever
to
see
know.
them around,
And you want to know,
like,
too,
hey,
what you're dealing with.
I remember you.
I remember you.
Yeah. Yeah.
You was in the chat. And as always, you can't watch the live version of this show. Go ahead, download the podcast, Apple, Spotify. Players mess up too.
Apple Pie.
Wherever you get your podcast. We're going to start the show with a serious subject. So on Tuesday, Superior Court judge ordered four-star Memphis freshman Mikey Williams to stand trial on 6 felony gun charges. Williams is accused in a shooting at his home in San Diego County back on March 28th when he allegedly fired shots at a car that was leaving his house. Bullets hit the car, but nobody was injured inside of the car. There hasn't been a witness that said he did it, but the police, I guess, were able to correlate based on some testimony that it was him. So now that's why he's in court. So Williams been free on a $50,000 bond since his April arrest and remains on the Memphis roster, but has been taking online classes, not participating in any team activities while the legal process plays out. So he was one of the biggest names in the high school basketball scene, millions of followers on his now deactivated social media accounts, and he had a shoe deal with Puma, living the life. So Gil, we'll start with you. Just thoughts on Mikey Williams facing felony gun charges.
Well, first question, was it self-defense?
I believe his lawyer said that that's what it was, but they're trying to figure all that out right now.
I mean, it's hard to give a take when you don't really know what's really going on with him.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's self-defense, it's self-defense. He's at home, and it's just sad that just everything can be taken from you just like this, right? One bad decision, 10 seconds, your whole career is gone. So, hopefully, he prevails from this. It looks like he's going to miss a year of basketball, which forces him to come back next year, right? It just derails the process, and it just makes the journey a little bit harder for him. It's not an easy sailing thing anymore. Because he has this tag on him, it's really going to make it a little bit harder for him to get to that next level.
Yeah, and according to reports, I think he had a function, or he had some people over at the crib. Some other people showed up that were uninvited. I think he asked them to vacate the premises. I don't think they did it quickly enough, and that's what led to the situation.
Sound like some jealousy.
Yeah.
Like having a party and here comes some people that wasn't invited that probably got the call or probably heard and then just was trying to come over there and start some stuff.
Yeah, it's tough, like, with these young guys getting so much attention so early. You can't expect them to always make the right decision. What, 18 years old?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you can have a party when you're a kid. Like, obviously you're not expecting people to show up that you don't want to, but like Brandon said, a jealousy thing, and it's sad that he's in that situation, and I hope he is able to, beat this and continue his career, because he's a really talented player. He has a, cool personality from what we've been able to see on socials. But I think that's the thing about this social media era. Like, these guys have so many eyes on them, and they're just not smart, like, posting where they are, like, their friends, like, even if they're not posting where they are, the people who they're with are posting where they are. So it's, like, really easy to find these guys, and I just think they need to be a little bit smarter when it comes to
And the
that.
people he probably have around him are probably, his age? Probably like kids
They
too.
don't know
So it's
better
not-
either.
Probably no real adults like around. So it's like, these are kids.
I think the house he was at was his spot. So he was living there. I think some people were living there with him, but
Like, what?
Yeah, like what
At
people?
18 is crazy.
They got that bread.
I'm a grown
That
man.
bread.
Yeah, like didn't he get like $3 million in like high school or
It
something
was
like
something like that. It was,
Yeah,
it was
so,
a good. It
yeah.
was a good check. My
He got-
my thing is, in high school, there's never been a house party
That turned out.
that turned out well.
No, that's true.
No, that's true.
Always
He's
in the
always
middle.
getting called.
Yeah.
Here, always in the middle. You're gonna hear neighborhood. Oh shit, party in it. You got to go. Right? Am I right?
Yep.
Right. So it's like those are the type of parties that do get interrupted. Right. So it's like one of those things where, you really have to be careful when you're a kid. Now in high school, now there's NIL deals. Right now, you're giving kids real money. Right. If the NBA players can't handle it like that, what makes you think a high school or a college kid is going to be able to handle that type of money? $3 million, he's God in his world.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Mikey's NIL valuation in 2022 was $2.6 million. And Lexi, to your point, this is a dude that we've seen for years now. He used to play with Bronny back in the day, and we've kind of been able to follow his whole career. And it feels like, he was given a little too much too early just with the attention, especially living this world on social now, where you have to project this image of yourself and you got all these millions and millions of followers and people that, are looking to take advantage of you. I know, Brandon, we've talked about that. Just they see you and then you get all the kind of leeches and all these other type of people trying to eat off you. And then, when things don't pan out necessarily, where are they at? Like, they disappear quickly. So we hoping the best for Mikey, but let's expand this out. Obviously, we're all, hoopers. We've been around the game for a long time. So people who should have made it but didn't for whatever reason. Sometimes bad grades, off-court issues, or even just some bad luck. So who's the best player that you've seen that would have been a star if they stayed out of trouble?
Stayed out of trouble.
Or just, didn't succumb to off-court issues, we'll say.
You know where I'm from, right? I'm right here in the valley, bro. We don't.
Phil, you close to
we don't
LA,
get
though.
we don't get in trouble over here. Like, yeah,
But is it just trouble or is it just like
Not even necessarily trouble, but like.
well, what's a bust today? Like, like if
No, I
you
mean,
don't-
when you talk about like they didn't make it because of like circumstances, like just like Jelani Gardner, right? You remember?
Beast?
Yeah, you remember? He used to. Like he was the person that wasn't in the NBA that I seen rock NBA players, like every day.
Yeah.
Like he was at Pepperdine at the time, and you remember he had that when you throw the ball over here and cross it back over there.
Yeah.
Oh, he used to. He was about 6'6" point guard.
Yeah.
Can jump out the gym. I know he was getting in trouble a little bit. I know he had kidney problems.
Yeah.
Right. Just talent that I see didn't make it. Has nothing to do with trouble. Just
Yeah, not even necessarily trouble, but just, you know,
But
growing
he was
in
up there
LA.
with UCLA when he was coming up there.
Yeah, no, him and my brother around the same age. So, but these were dudes you would see in the gym like, all right, this dude's a surefire, you know, sure thing. Shai Cotton is another name that comes up. His wasn't off the court issues per se, but Brandon, who's a guy or some guys that you saw that you're like, this dude is guaranteed going to be a star in the league that it didn't pan out?
Man, Ronaldo Sidney. He was on my team when I was at SCA. He was like a freshman and played all 5 positions. Like he was one for sure.
Yeah.
That I thought was going to make it for sure.
Yeah. I think started at Artesia, went to Fairfax, and played with Harden at Artesia.
Yeah. I think McDonald's All-American too. I think too also. Yeah. So, he's probably the only kid I know that probably had the most upsize.
Yeah.
Was the kid Collins who was coming out of high school in your class?
D'Angelo?
Yeah. How was he?
D'Angelo Collins?
Yeah. He's, I think, a little bit older. I think probably.
Yeah, that's
closer to my
Tyson
generation.
in him. Tyson in him, right?
Yeah, but I think Inglewood and then Tustin, he bounced around a little bit, but.
Like I get whiffs when I was in the NBA hearing his name, that he was supposed to be nice.
Like 6'9", 6'10". Beast. Like,
Like-
how about your.
Oh, my bad.
No, go.
Taylor King?
Yeah.
I mean, 8th grade, he committed to UCLA. Like, these are things that we ain't, we wasn't getting, verbal commits or anything like that.
Yeah.
So, like, guys like that.
Yeah. Taylor King, another dude at Modern Day. I remember, I seen Taylor King play Ronaldo and Harden, the IF championship game at the Pond.
Yeah.
But Harden and that crew
Yeah.
smacked him.
Yeah, they were too good.
They smacked
They
him.
were too good.
Lexi, how about yourself?
Let's see. There's a girl that I played against in Orlando. She's a little bit older than me. Her name's Alexis Prince. I actually was training with her this past off season in Orlando, but she went to Baylor. I think she's like 6'3", lanky. Like people compared her game to Kevin Durant when we was growing up. Like she was so tough, and I don't know. She was in training camp with me in Chicago. And, like, she just can't, like, she just never got over that hump. But, like, she's so cold. She goes overseas and just, like, does her thing. But she's somebody, when I was younger, I would, like, go to her high school game. Like, I would go watch Alexis play all the time. And, I thought she was, like, definitely going to be in the W at some point. And it just never happened for her. But, I mean, she's doing her thing. She's happy. She's doing well for herself. So.
For sure.
But she's definitely somebody, when I was growing up, like, she's going to be in the league for sure.
That's kind of the dark side of the game, too, where you see these people, we talked before about giving so much so early, all these expectations, all these adults that kind of cling on to them. Brandon, obviously you've spoken about that. And it's just wild to see when they don't pan out, how quickly people will flip on them. You think about
flip fast.
Lenny Cook, people like that,
Like, immediately almost.
What's funny, so like people don't realize sometimes players are scared of success. Right? People don't realize that's a thing. Like people are, like you'll see someone really talented and you'll be like, yo, like what's going on? Go hard. And they like where they are, right?
Or they like that like potential. Oh,
Yeah.
they could be this, they could be that. And they're like, yeah, I could be, and I'm gonna stay right here.
Yeah, it's that extra gear that they don't want to tap into. Like, it's like to get to a next level, you have to really do. Like, if I'm an all-star and I'm running 5 miles a day, and someone says, well, to be a superstar, you got to do 15 a day. A lot of players don't want to do that 15, right? They like the 5. I got, I can, like Tito Maddox.
Legend.
Oh, you don't know Tito.
No.
Tito was about 6'5", bully ball. Like he was already just Compton. He was a Compton kid.
Play with Super Crib, bro.
Yeah, he was like feared, bro. Like nobody wanted to play against him. Like, nah, I ain't got time for this today, right? He just played bully basketball.
Yeah.
Like a guard, pounded, was fast. I mean, he wasn't athletic, but he was fast, quick, and strong. Went to Fresno, got drafted by Houston.
Okay.
The only reason he wasn't in the NBA, because when he came to LA, they warned him. They said, yo, Houston, y'all might want to leave him back home. Leave him back home. Because when he comes to LA, he might not go back on the plane. They landed in LA. They landed in LA. That was the last time they seen Tito.
What?
Tito got picked up by his boys, Had about 50 of them out there, and then never seen him again.
Yeah, left the bag. I mean, was he getting the bag in the street?
Yeah, no. He was like his style was like it was like J. Will. Remember Duke J. Will?
Yeah, yeah.
But taller and stronger.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna say that J was Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, he was tall. He's just a big, stocky dude, just fast, strong, and he was just homesick.
That's a blast from the past. No, that squad, him, Super Crip, just the whole, we had to play him in the Watch Summer games. I actually had to guard him.
Yeah.
Like, what,
A 6'5" J. Wills from Duke is.
Nah, this is like he was.
and, you know, nice dude off the court, but on.
Like he was
trying to take your court.
It was like that Westbrook like mannerisms. Like,
Okay.
Right, he's coming in and he's just bullying you, and just came home and like I'm good. I don't want to.
I'm cool.
I don't want to play.
I'm cool.
That's too far from home, man. I mean, yeah.
So back to Mikey. We wish the best for Mikey. Hope this legal process plays out. You know, hopefully he can get back to his basketball career, playing with Penny and the Memphis Tigers. But let's keep this thing moving. Back to the NBA. You know, talking about trouble. We got Dillon Brooks. Got tired of y'all being on his nuts all offseason, so he returned the favor on Daniel Tice's last night against the Pacers.
Like what?
So first preseason game, Tice trying to set a screen. Brooks appears to hit him with the low blow.
Nah.
Didn't they have a little altercation in the USA?
Yeah, it feels like.
I mean, in the Olympics.
Wait, so that said 2. So he had gotten a without a flagrant 2?
They called it flagrant 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
5 minutes into the game, reviewed it, said he.
They reviewed that
Yeah.
And they called.
and they called it a 2.
Yeah.
Out of here.
5 minutes is crazy.
But I mean, he does have.
Wait, hold, can you show
we
me
wanna see it
again?
again?
Come
Show
on,
it again.
hold
I mean,
on.
honestly, I don't have much to say because obviously this is something I don't experience as a woman. So I'm like, I don't. But it's like.
I mean, there's the other angle.
That angle looks bad.
That angle looks bad. Now this angle.
It looks like some extras.
It does.
It looks like Tice put some extras on it.
That's.
It does look like he sold it a bit.
He sold it.
But again, I don't know what that feels like, so.
That's what he owned this year.
So this isn't the first time Brooks has been booted for a junk punch. If we go back to, I think, Game 3 of the playoffs last year.
Oh yeah, he's LeBron. I remember that. That was weird.
Wait, hold on. Let me see.
So he got ejected in the playoffs last season for
Nah, that's
similar
so
move
deep.
on
That's so
LeBron.
deep.
Nah, man, come on, man.
Come on, what? What is he reaching for?
He's the ball.
What ball? Ron is
ball?
going behind
Go,
him.
go
Go
again.
back.
What ball you reaching
Go
for,
again,
Jill?
man.
Bro,
Come on.
Ron going behind. Look, he not even.
Boom, yeah.
Where?
Well,
He's
watch,
going
you'll
behind
see.
the back.
LeBron threw his leg. Boom.
Like,
No, LeBron went behind the back and he went for Ron.
Like, look. Like, it.
like
That leg.
What?
Gil, that was
No.
crazy.
Gil, what? That's crazy.
If LeBron doesn't go behind the back, right, and he still has the ball here, which means when he goes behind the back, this leg goes forward.
So he thought.
If he just dribbles here, he misses the leg and goes to the ball.
also his hand was like this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No,
That's
I mean,
my-
that's the crane.
what is it?
like that's I'm trying to
What is it?
injure you.
Ha!
This is I'm trying to get
No,
the
you're
ball.
I don't know what NBA y'all been into.
This is crazy.
This is we know.
No, if you
This one and this one. This one and this one.
The grab?
Where you sit there and
grab.
squeeze,
No, the
or
grab is nuts.
the whole punch.
No, the grab is nuts.
Well, in Dillon Brooks' defense, he did say he likes to poke bears, so we should have took the man at his word. After the game, Brooks told Locked On Rockets host Jackson Gatlin he has a target on his back, like the target he has on opposing player sacks.
It's weird that every time that happens to me, I get picked on. So, but I guess it's just a part of the reputation.
You feel like there's a target on you?
I don't know. What's the name? What's my name? My name is Dillon, so I guess.
This guy. He put the target on his
So does Dillon Brooks have a target on his back, and if so, did he put it there, Gil?
Yeah, I mean, at this point, anything that looks suspect, he's not gonna get the benefit of the doubt, right? That's always happens with players like that, you know. Him, Draymond, Rashid. I mean, Rashid was He wasn't this type of player. He was an offensive player, but you know, when he said something or looked like he was going to say something, they was going to give him the tech. So you know, when you're the defensive player, that's the agitator, right? You know, they're not going to really give you any leeway, right? Especially when it comes to superstars, they're not going to give you leeway. But that's I don't know what I would have did right there. Right?
If you were who, Dillon?
No, the ref. If I'm looking at it, I'm like I'm looking at how it looks. Like, what was the idea here? Were you literally trying to hit him, or like
any other player probably wouldn't have got ejected for the same action.
No.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah, I don't think so.
That's a fact. Yeah,
Do you feel like prior
really
reputation?
leaned into this villain role.
Preseason. Like, is he dirty? Like, would you consider him a dirty player?
As of late,
I don't know.
yeah.
That thing he did to Brown was nuts.
But has he
That was
always
crazy.
been like
that?
that?
Was crazy.
No.
I feel like this is like a new development in his character arc. I don't know.
He on right now to him. He feel like
I mean, shit.
everybody on me.
He did
paid.
sign a 4-year, $80 million
He
deal
got
with the
80
Rockets.
million.
I think that was
You know what I'm
surprising to a lot of
saying?
people.
He and you know, Drake mentioned him in songs. He
Yeah.
on right now.
Yeah,
He lit.
Sure did.
Can Brooks overcome this reputation, or is this
He
a
doesn't
permanent
want
thing?
to. I think this is who he is.
Yeah, I think it fits him.
This
It's
is
what it
his
is.
identity, but
Yeah.
you know, there's a difference between being a villain and being dirty, right? I think that sometimes defensive players think they need to play dirty to be effective. Like the best defenders in the game ever, they wasn't dirty players. They wasn't dirty players. They were defensive players who stopped you within the rules. You know, they wasn't holding, they wasn't punching, they wasn't clipping.
Yeah.
Right? You know, they were guarding you. When you talk about Gary Payton, when you talk about Pippen and Jordan and these type of guys, they were defensive players that stopped you. Right? So if you're trying to be a defensive player, be one. If you're trying to be a dirty player,
Yeah.
you know, you got to 80 million, I mean, you good.
Yeah. I think he likes the attention, though.
Was Bruce Bowen a dirty player? Or was
It was, I mean, like he had moments. Like you're like Bruce Bowen, Rajah Bell,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
They have moments of doing something dirty because you probably done something to them. Right? So, you know, if someone, boom, hit him with a cheap shot and ran off, right? He's gonna get you back at some point. Same thing with Rajah Bell, right? You know, Kobe clotheslined him. So we already know Kobe was on something, throwing a little elbows or something that really got into it. But for the most part, defensive players aren't dirty like that. You know, if you're a defensive player, you're on principle, right? Like I can stop you, right? You know, as an offensive player, you know, KD and PJ Tucker used to have, like when you hear them argue, the argue is about, yo, play regular defense. Guard me, stop playing dirty. This was the thing, football, play defense. You say you can guard me.
Right.
Right, all the dirty stuff that's not needed.
Right.
Right, and then PJ Tucker like, I got you. Like, if this is what you do, let's battle, make each other better. Right, doing all the extra stuff and stepping on the shoes and punching. That's just.
Do you consider Dillon Brooks a top defender in the league? If you take all of the antics out, would you put him in that conversation?
What's his
an elite
defensive
defender?
stats?
I mean, he made all. He made second team defense.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
But I don't think this.
Yeah, he did.
Hold on, let me double check.
No, he made a defensive team.
So,
Because I'm talking about, I mean, obviously, what he does is effective. Take all that stuff out.
you're right, Gil.
Huh?
You right. You right.
Oh man.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
right.
Okay.
Players fuck up.
No, but like I mean, that's a deep. So he gets credit for his defense. So his defense is his defense. You know, Marcus Smart. You're getting credit for your defense. When you look back at some of the players in the past and they're brute players, knocking players out, they didn't make no all NBA defensive teams.
Yeah.
But I feel like you have to, as a defender, because it is about like the principle of it and being in the right spot and guessing right sometimes. Sometimes you have to do that extra to get that attention on your defense. Because again, people are always just looking at who's putting the ball in the basket. So I think it was good for him from a career standpoint because he got so many eyes on him all the time now. And I think that's how he got that contract too, because people wasn't really checking for him like that until he started doing all this extra stuff.
So How much dirty stuff do players get away with during the course of the game? And if they get away with it, can we call it dirty?
No, I mean, there's dirty players. I mean, some of them get caught, some of them don't, but you have dirty players, right? No one respects them. Like, no one respects them, man. Like, it's not part of the game. That's not part of the game. Like, it takes no talent to clip and clothesline and punch and that's not talent.
Yeah, and it kind of make you not want to play.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing?
You know what I mean? Like, it's like I train all summer on my craft, right? And you want to punch on me and hold on me and do all this. What is the point of it? Like, this is what you own, okay? Cool, right? It's not really like I want to test my offense against Klay Thompson, Kawhi Leonard, like Paul George, right? Marcus Smart. I want to see what you got, so it makes me better. That's just.
But as an offensive player, does a defender doing that type of stuff, does that get under your skin at all? And does that impact your game offensively? Like, are they doing their job when they pull moves like that? Because now you pissed off, you rattled.
I mean, for the most part, I mean, if someone's punching you and doing all that, grabbing you, I mean, of course it's working.
Yeah.
You know, but it's.
Yeah, I mean, it's like when that guard check in and they guard you 94 feet and he come in bumping you and like his whole job is just that's the annoying part.
Yeah.
But if I'm shooting and you trying to go under my foot, or like you said, you hit me when I'm like, or something, it's like, all right, like what you doing? Like before it's like the bumping and that's normal. Like I get
For sure.
it.
Like, that jump shot when a guy put his foot under you, so when you're laying, you twist your ankle. Like, come on.
Like that.
Because
So what's the dirtiest thing someone did to you in the game that you can remember and share on Gil's Arena?
It was Dallenberg. It wasn't his fault, though.
So does it make it a dirty play?
No, it was dirty. So what happened was, you know how you get a rebound? You got the rebound and did one of those, right? And then pass it up. So I got mad and clipped him, boop, and he tumbled. Next play down, I'm doing passing, and I got a brush screen. So back then we had the brush screen, the big, so the big can come up and catch the ball, right? Part of our offense. So I passed it guard to guard, and then went to go brush screen. As soon as I came through, boom, just pop. And I just walk out of bounds like, yo, ref, I think I got hit. I'm sitting on the little thing, under the basket, like, yo, he hit me. I know he hit me. Like, he literally hit me. And it was like, back there wasn't no replay, but it got me good. I tried to fight him after, but they said he was a black belt. Yeah, I want those problems. My fault.
Brent, how about yourself?
Me, the dirtiest? I mean, I had to play like how Dillon Brooks, like, I had a guy trying to like grump me the whole game up at Oak Hill, like my senior year on some weird shit. Like he was like just on me, like grabbing on me, and I'm just like, I was just weirded out. It's like my first game at Oak Hill, and I was like, this is what we doing on the East Coast. Mm-hmm. This is what we do up here at Oak Hill in Virginia.
Did you do any elbow anything to him just to kind of let him?
Yeah. I was hitting him and stuff, and I'm like telling C, I was like, I can't run. Like, look at this guy. Like, this guy is like literally blatantly like grumping on me. I'm like, well, what's going on? Like, what is this? So it was like my first game at Oak Hill.
We talk about dirty plays. Are dirty plays okay if they're retaliatory? Like if somebody does some shit, like was Dallenberg okay to do that to you because you gave it to him first?
I felt that like I received more pain than he did, to be honest.
So I feel like an equal.
It wasn't equal, It wasn't. That wasn't equal.
If it's in retaliation.
He should have clipped me back. Should have clipped me back.
Lexi, what's the dirtiest thing someone did to you?
I'll say, in the W, we don't really have many dirty players, I'd say, which is good. I mean, like defensively, I say DT's probably the dirtiest now, like with her just extra-ness that she does now. But I feel like the first time I like got like really like elbowed or like extra bumped was my first season overseas. I was in Hungary, and a girl like had the ball, and she just hit me across my whole face, and the ref just like looked at me and was like, welcome to Hungary, girl. They do not mess with Americans over there, I'll tell you that. So that was a hard season for me from like a referee standpoint. Like, they're just not nice. to Americans.
And do you feel like it's tougher to deal with it overseas because you're on their home territory? Like,
For sure.
if some shit go down, you may not have
Yeah, and they like, some of the
support
refs
you need.
barely speak English, so you're just kind of like looking at them, they looking at you. They just see words coming out, you're mad, so they assume you're just saying like the worst thing ever. So I just learned to just shut up
And
when I was
like,
over
get up.
there.
They probably just like, get up. Just get
No,
up.
literally,
Get
that's
up.
what
Keep
they
playing.
do.
Get up.
They just look at you like,
Ripning was funny. Rip and Chauncey, but more Rip. So Rip used to keep like his nails a little
Sharp.
That's
sharp,
the worst.
a little extra sharp.
That's the worst.
Right? And
Just
so
that.
when they're playing, you know, and he's like reaching, you feel like,
Oh, wow.
yeah, like natural nails are sharp because people always ask me about my nails. These do not scratch people. Those nails scratch people.
yeah, you can feel him like,
Yeah.
The nails probably the worst, you know, with the sharp nails
And then you look at the ref, you're like, sir.
and sharp ass elbows too. That's the other one. But when you look back on your guys' careers, who was the dirtiest player that you played against?
played against. Like, I mean, it didn't affect me, but just, you know, he was in the league, probably Reggie Evans, maybe?
Wow.
Like players like him, because they're so strong, right? When they're going to get rebounds, they're doing all the rebounding, like they throwing their hand. Like, he ain't trying to rebound like this. He's trying to hit you in the face while he's rebounding, throwing his legs, and he's doing all the extra.
Deliberate or is that
Deliberate.
Just, okay.
That's just, like, you know, it's just, he's using everything, right? It's, you know, so, you know, somebody gonna get their mouth busted a couple times, you know, wrestling with him. And, you know, he just had that energy, but, you know, that was his game. So if you was playing against Reggie, you already knew what time it was. Like, I know if I go in, right, and miss the layup, if he didn't hit me the first time on a layup, if I try to offensive rebound, I know I'm done. I know I'm done, so. You gotta stay out of the lane with him. Pull-ups and threes.
Yeah. I wouldn't say player. I think the dirtiest league I've been in was like China. Playing in China was like the dirtiest league. I just think there's just everybody. Because they don't know really how to, they can't really stop us on a, you know, on the offensive end.
The Chinese players?
Yeah, Chinese players. So I just think the whole league is just, it's like one of the dirtiest leagues I ever played in.
For real?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, it's just, they just out to get you. I mean, that moment Oak Hill was just wild because I was like, whoa, but overall, just like playing, China.
For me,
You still playing too, so if you want to
I know.
fifth, go ahead. You know, I want to.
I mean, I think everybody just says Diana because she don't care about what anybody says about her at this point in her career, but I don't remember her playing like this, like in her prime days, like when she was younger, but like now it's like the elbows, it's this. But Diana's funny because she'll do something and she'll just be like, oh, my bad. Like, she'll be talking to us like the whole game. Like, she's like one of my favorite matchups because, like, obviously I respect the hell out of her because of who she is and what she's accomplished. But, like, the back and forth that we have in the games from, like, my rookie year to now, like, it's been cool for her. Like, her respect for me has grown. And, like, she's always my matchup when we play Phoenix. So, but, yeah, she be doing a lot sometimes. And it's fun. I got to, like, hit some of these in the game when she got the ball. But it's fun. It's all fun.
Once you get older, you gotta do a little extra.
Right.
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
Yeah.
Give me a little bit.
That's what we say. We're like, Diana gonna be Diana, and
Give me a little bit
don't
more
get
space.
into it with her because you
old
gonna lose
people
that
have-
battle.
You already know you go play on the court. They got old people got the tricks for you. But let's keep it overseas. The Mavs took on Luka's former team, Real Madrid, out in Spain on Tuesday night, and took an L. Luka only played 5 minutes, dealing with the calf strain. Kyrie was on Chilligan's Island with a groin injury. But we got some highlights. So after former Mav, Facundo Campazzo hit a dagger 3. Luka was spotted on the bench cracking up. We got it right here.
Damn.
Real Madrid up 4 with like 13 seconds to go. Boop.
That's his boy. That's his old teammate.
Very unserious.
Yeah.
So obviously context, Luka played 5 minutes, no Kyrie. It's not the real Mavs team. This is an NBA team taking the L to Real Madrid. So what do y'all think about the Mavs losing?
It gives this false narrative of this is how good the teams are versus, you know, like this is actually the team that would have played Denver if there was a world championship in June.
Wait, so they won the EuroLeague last year?
Right, so this is the type of team where like there's no NBA player on there, right? But it gives this false thing because we're in training camp. No one's in shape yet, right? You guys are in shape. We're not in shape. We're not going hard. We're not. So when you guys beat the NBA teams, it gives this thing that the Euros is this good and this good and this.
Because aren't they in like mids? Like they've been playing, right?
Yeah, they've been playing, so they're in shape, and we're trying to get in shape, and
Figure out the roster.
Yeah, I'm about to say, yeah, they probably been in shape since August.
Yeah.
And going overseas, they
I've
make you go on
seen
that
EuroLeague
soccer field.
games.
And
Like if the star, like even when who beat Suns? Was that last year? 70,
The Adelaide
36ers? Yeah, I mean, Devin Booker, they didn't play.
Yeah.
They didn't play like that. I mean, you see what happened to the team that played the Wizards. They lost by 60.
In DC, right?
Are they trying to make that?
Kuzma and Poole played, that's why.
Yeah. Are they trying to make that a big game or something? Or are they trying to
No,
make it
it's just this thing where they all, when the narrative comes that the Euros are playing better and they're good and this is like, they've been in shape for months. We're trying to get in shape. Like, the stars are not.
Yeah, the stars ain't even playing.
We're trying to get our legs. We're coming off a training camp. We're still trying to make cuts. Like, it's cool for the NBA to match these up. But I mean, if you really want that smoke, when they win their championship in June and we win our championship in June, let's play.
Let's play.
We'll see if that Real Madrid team. I mean, it's just like that's the only thing that I have issues with. It's like the narrative. Call it how it is, right? I call it how it is. Yeah, they won. There's no Kyrie. There's this. Everybody's still trying to make the team and play, and it's not really. It's a pickup.
Yeah, I mean, second string, third string out there playing during that time.
Hard taking it serious. Obviously, you got the chance to beat the NBA team. Of course,
Of course you're gonna do it.
Yeah, I know for sure. I mean,
tell that story forever.
Yeah.
Oh, Luka and them,
I killed Luka. He was on the court 5 minutes. Yeah, I had like 37. Luka was on the court.
I held Luka to 9.
Yep, he came out there hit him with a back door.
Yeah. Shit, Luka only dropped 9 points on us and leave the 5 minutes.
I used to hate preseason because it's always someone talking, right? And you came in again like, all right, I'm gonna just do like jumpers and just try to sprint out. Like, you're just using it to do something like, all right, jump shots and just like, if I don't have the ball, just run to the corner, just working on something. And then there's always dude, oh man, I thought you was nice.
Man, I'm
gonna see you.
Man, who got at me like that one time? Will Bynum. It was a preseason game in Detroit, and I was just like, just going through the motions, and he was like, and he was on me, and he was just going. I said, all right, bro, all right, watch, all right, I'm gonna get you back. And and Scott, he was like, see, Scott, he don't want to play hard. I play hard all the time. I'm like, all right, Will. Will's my guy though.
So let's talk about the Mavs a little bit. We got a small sample size of Luka Kyrie backcourt last season, which on paper should be one of the best in the league, and they're 16 games together. Last year they were 5-11 though. But Mavs added some pieces this offseason, and I think the most important thing was they got Kyrie to re-sign. But he's out indefinitely right now with a groin injury. We'll see what his status is going to be as the season comes. But Mavs did not make the playoffs last year. So we got to ask, looking at this Mavs and this squad, will the Mavs make the playoffs this season?
Whatever they did last year, they're going to do this year.
So, I mean, they didn't make the playoffs.
So, no. Your answer is no?
No.
Oof.
What's that special piece you said they got?
I said they added some pieces.
Oh.
What about the play-in?
They lost Christian Woods though, right?
Yeah, they got Grant Williams, Seth Curry. I mean,
They gonna make the play-in?
I mean, it's 12
say
teams, 14 teams.
You said no playoffs, Bill.
Does the play-in teams, does
Are you
that
saying they're not
include
gonna finish top
playoffs
10?
or no? That's just the play-in.
No, are they going to finish top 6?
Top 6.
Top 6?
Top 8.
Yeah, top 6. Top 6 for sure.
Nah, man, I'm not doing it.
But do you consider 7 and 8 playoffs, though?
No, because it really got to be top 6, because you can lose. So it has to just be the top 6.
But without the play-in, the 8.
The 8,
So I'll be like, y'all made the playoffs and then y'all lost. Y'all
lost in the playing game. Y'all was a playoff team. Y'all lost in the playing game.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
Top 8?
How do we break that down? If you finish top 8, do you still feel like even if you get smacked in the...
No, I need to be top 6.
Okay.
If you're not top 6, you're not... Yeah, I need... Yeah,
Watching at the crib?
I need them for sure. I don't want to play no playing game towards the end of the season, and it's like, hey, well, go home now.
I mean, that's what I said. It's only... if I'm 7th, how did I get dragged into this?
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Because
Yeah, 7.
like if you look at 7,
Yeah.
7 till 10, that's like sometimes 15 games. 12 games, 10 games. That is not even close. 7 is closer to 2 than 10 is closer to 7.
Yeah.
Right? So that should be inherited. Like 8, okay, you could be 2 games or a game and a half out, but usually 7 from 10, sometimes that's a big gap.
Yeah.
And the fact that they gotta play, it's like, come on, man.
So you think it should be like 9, 10 play, and then they go play the 8 and try and bump the 8 out?
No. I think 9 and 10 should fuck off. Like they've been doing. Get out of here. Like, no. It's,
No playing.
like,
Anti-play.
You had 82 games to get to. Why am I giving you more? You had 82 games to beat 8.
Yeah.
You went 9 and 10. That's not my fault.
What was their actual reasoning for adding the play-in outside of like the obvious
Money.
more games, more money? Like that's all it was.
Money.
No, then they said they was gonna try to make the ending competitive.
Oh, so people would stop trying to lose the
Like it was
tanking
supposed to be
and stuff.
competition, like, but you know, instead of in tampering,
Well, we talked about that yesterday. Like at that point in the season,
Hey,
what are
listen,
you trying to?
you want to take? How many teams is it?
In the league? I think 30.
30, right? Mm-hmm. So how many teams don't make the playoffs?
14, right?
14.
Yeah, 16 make it, 14 don't.
All right, instead of the play-in game, won't you have that whole bottom list?
Have like a little NIT type thing.
Have a tournament for them,
The way off,
and how they play. That's where they draft at.
That should be the in-season tournament. then.
That should be the draft. Draft at if you win this, you get the number 1 pick. I guarantee there won't be no tanking then.
but will there? Let me play devil's advocate. If you're on one of those teams, are you going to try to play hard so they can draft your replacement?
Huh?
Say if you're on one of those bottom feeder teams, are you going to play hard so they can draft your replacement? Like say you got
Right,
Wemby
that's the thing
coming
about
in.
the lottery. Like it's all chance and luck. When you playing hard, you win. You don't play. You're not that important on that team. You get the number 1 pick, and now you're not on the team no more.
That's a team problem. Right, that's a team issue. You know what I mean? You know, because at the end of the day, if I have to now, once I'm at a certain thing, I have to revert to try to win now. So I'm not going to be sitting players to tank it, because if I sit these players too long, like Dame, right? How long did he miss the last 10 games?
Yeah.
He missed the last 10 games, and now the playoffs start. Now I got to tell him to come back and play. Yeah, that ain't happening, right? So now in your mind, you can't have him sit. You got to have him play every game now to make sure he's intact for this play-in, this new style, right? It's like there's ways like to.
But I can see that side of it, because if it's the Blazers with Dame, and it's like, look, Dame, if we win this and we get the number 1 pick, we get Wemby.
Yeah. I mean.
But if we don't, we get Scoot, and you're out. So.
We get Brandon Miller. I mean, what I'm saying, it just, you're trying to figure out how to make it competitive. Just being, what is it, like,
Yeah, 'cause you
you're
could be-
playing good enough to be 10 and 9, but not 8 and 7?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if I'm the last team, why do I care anyway? If I'm the last place team, why would I want to make the playoffs? If I'm 15, 14, why do I care to make the playoffs? I get more chances. So I don't care about making the play-in game.
Yeah, because you could be the 5th pick and then win it at the end and get the 1st pick. Like, yeah.
We would
It's a
watch.
lot of chances. I'll
I
definitely.
just never seen just
Adam
a
Silver
system
again.
where losers
Another idea for you.
losers get rewarded. I've never seen.
Well, that's the NBA lottery in a nutshell, though, right?
Just losers getting rewarded, man. That's just.
That's
And they wonder why everybody want to be a loser. You get rewarded. You get the
best
You get the
player
biggest bag for losing.
like San Antonio, right? Their franchise went up what, $500 million?
when Wemby coming in.
Yeah, $500 million for being that bad. You got a player to make your franchise worth $500 million more. That tells me I'm just gonna lose every year. I'm gonna lose every year. Keep getting these number 1, number 2. I'm gonna be Cavs when Bron left. Give me 4 number 1 picks and number 2 pick.
So we asked the chat, will the Mavs make the playoffs? 55% said yes, 45% said no. So Luka said he's happy in Dallas, but of course he's not rolling with not making the playoffs. So how long will that happiness last? So if the Mavs miss the playoffs again this season, will Luka consider a change of scenery?
Luka ain't going nowhere.
Okay. I think Mavs fans would be happy to hear that.
Who's the owner?
Mark Cuban.
Okay. You see how he treated Dirk, right? Okay. Trust me, I got you.
But Luka not going nowhere.
No.
Yeah, nah.
I'm just saying.
Now Luka will never go nowhere. Nah.
Man, he'll give Luka percentage of that team before Luka leaves.
Before Luka did?
You crazy. He ain't dumb.
So you think he's good?
Yeah. I mean, that's.
How long do you stay around though in those situations?
I mean,
Until he look like dirt and he's ready to retire.
So if the team keeps going on the down, you Luka, you stick around for that?
I mean, how was Dirk team in the beginning? Like they were.
No. Okay, so like 94, 95, 96, like 90. They were nice.
Okay.
You know, they had some. They were nice. Like they had Michael Finley over there. You had
Steve.
Those squads were actually 94, 95, 96 squads. 97. They didn't start getting good till like 99.
Wait, what are you talking about? Antoine Jameson was on one of those teams.
Yeah.
We talking about Dirk young days, like when he first got there.
No, look at the.
Dirk came in 98.
No, look at the squad though.
Yeah, good
You
team.
got Finley, Jameson. You have
But there's like 7-8 straight losing seasons.
what's the?
And when did they
go
win?
hit the.
When did he finally win a championship?
Hit the team. Wait,
94, 94, what team?
no, not 94. Why are you in the 94?
Because that's what you
2011. I
said.
said winning.
2004.
Yeah, we got the chat, we got the
he only
tape.
has one, right?
But yeah, after that point, from 99 on.
I said 2004, 5, and 6, right?
No. You said 94.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Oh,
And you
my
did
bad,
say
my
90,
bad.
yeah.
No, 90. Yeah, 2000.
Got one back,
Wasn't even in the NBA yet.
Got one back.
No, that's what I said.
That's why I was looking here perplexed, trying to figure out what was going on.
2004, 5, 6.
Yeah, for sure.
They had Michael
Squad.
Finley and all them. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but from 99 on, all winning records. Yeah, they didn't shit. They didn't have a losing record
They was like, that's what I said.
until 2017.
They were like really like.
I feel like this year they're gonna have to show some improvement and then like just a little bit more
Yeah.
improvement every year, and I think that will be.
But is that improvement
Luka?
like top 8?
Can they get Embiid? No.
I mean, they can. They have enough pieces.
To get Embiid,
They
right?
got enough pieces to get Embiid. The only team that really has pieces to get Embiid is probably New York Knicks.
Yeah, but he's not gonna want to go there.
There's another team good. We'll talk about him soon. He just won't
They got
want to
enough-
go there.
I'll give you Randall and
Yeah. Yeah.
give you Randall and shit, whoever.
Barrett, RJ.
I mean, that's what I said. You got Andre Barrett. You got enough pieces to say, all right, y'all trying to rebuild. I got some young pieces over here. Here you go.
We got another team we're going to talk about that could be the dark horse. I don't think anybody wants to live or play there, but we'll get to them in a second. So on the subject of Luka, Danny Green offers some interesting perspective on Theo Pinson's Run Your Race podcast when asked who has a deeper bag between Luka and SGA.
Shai Luka, deeper bag.
Listen, man,
What's the count, huh?
both of these guys are MVP caliber players.
100%.
And I think Luka for sure will, I think he'll for sure will get one. I think Shai has a really strong case of getting one at some point in his career. I think Luka right now is the better, I wouldn't say all-around player, but probably makes the team better. He is more closer to Bron than anybody in that fashion. More of a triple-double guy.
Yeah.
I think Shai has the deeper bag. Their bodies well. Shai makes it look a little smoother a little bit sometimes.
Gotcha.
I think he has a little more mid-range, a little bit more, in between.
Little
you know,
wiggle,
A
yeah.
little more, a little more Kai in his game. With the finishes and with, the handle. I think Luka uses his body more when he's in the paint and in the post.
Got you.
Shai uses his shoulders unbelievably well
All
on
the
every
time.
dribble.
Oh my
You see
God.
guys.
You rolling with Danny Green's assessment of Shai versus Luka?
Yeah.
So Shai got the deeper bag than Luka.
When you're talking about like here and all that junk that's going on. Yeah, he does.
Yeah, I mean,
this ain't about who's a better player, who has.
for sure.
a
no,
better-
I mean, it's the
You know,
aura.
sometimes
It's the
people
aura too. It's the aura. It's the swag.
Sometimes people get confused when you say certain things like,
Yeah.
"Oh, how can he have a better bag and he averages 31, this and this?" Like, shut up. Like just, like let the players let us do what we do. Like we're not trying to hear your opinion of what we know what we're talking about. Right? We know what we talking about.
I mean, it's two different bags though.
Two different styles.
Yeah, like Shai's more the fashion, more like he got the more swagger, and then Luka's more like Bird, drop 30, go have a beer after, mow the lawn. Like it's just two different bags, but it works for both. Like both got game. It's just, you want the Bird or you want the new age. Like
Is Luka's bag deceptive just because of his body type? You know what I'm saying? You look at that dude, he looks like he'd be easier to guard, but he gets buckets.
I feel like he moved exactly how he looked. Like the way he
you
played.
can't
I
stop
look
it,
at Luke.
though.
Yeah, you can't stop it, but he does use his body extremely well, and that's why I agree with what Danny Green said with Shai. Like his footwork, the way he maneuvers through the lane, his little slow euro, like
it's like Andre Miller. Okay, like
I was actually watching
take
his
your
highlights
time,
the other
like take
day.
your time, like never out.
He has a lot of changes. Like he has a lot of change of pace.
Yeah.
In small spaces, and that's something that Luka doesn't necessarily do often, but he does like a lot of like the bully ball too sometimes.
Bully
but-
ball, keep you on your hip, pump. All right.
Yeah.
So let's expand this out. Who has the deepest bag in the NBA right now?
The deepest bag.
Does this count for off the court too? Like how you walk in? Like are we just talking about on the court, or is it how you walk in? Or it's like
on the court bag.
Just on the court.
Just On the court
bag.
Okay.
But you could,
like,
if you want to,
I look at how you walk in. You know what I'm saying? How you get ready. Like, it's the whole aura.
Shade and shit. He taking over the
Deepest bag. I mean, they can dribble.
Like you said, right now or ever?
Right now. We'll get into ever.
Post up, three ball. Probably Kevin Durant.
Interesting. Okay.
Like probably Kevin. Like I think because it becomes so simple for him that we don't really get to see everything he has because it's like I can just pull up two. Like everybody doesn't realize he's a sharpshooter, but he only takes 2 threes a game. Right? If he took 10 threes a game, that'd be a whole different story. But like when it comes to just that overall, he got that double cross, that long cross. he has some things with him.
Kyrie Irving.
Kyrie
Irving.
I was hoping somebody.
Kyrie Irving.
I feel like that's like the most obvious choice.
For
Sure. But
So,
obvious is better. I mean,
I'm just saying, is it obvious? Is it true though? Does Kyrie have the deepest bag?
yeah.
Yeah.
You know what makes his bag so deep? Because he understands how to move his feet individually with his hands. Right? So when he's moving, everything's moving the same. Like he knows, how to place everything.
And like I don't think nobody in the league can just guard him. Like one-on-one, I don't like I feel like if he wants to just get it and score every time, he can. Like it's nothing, if he misses, it's the ball fault or whatever, the rim tripping.
Nobody's stopping Kyrie.
It's just so it's different. Everyone's tricky. Like everyone has their own little thing.
Darius Garland got a bag too.
Fact.
Yeah.
Cleveland, Darius Garland got a bag.
He got that erky jerk.
Yeah. I'm waiting on him to take that next step too.
He got that erky jerk.
Yeah, I like his game a lot.
So let's expand it out to our era, things that we've seen. You can go back a little bit too, but who has the deepest bag
Ever
in our,
I mean, it has to be this era. I mean,
They didn't have bags like that back then?
They had little
on,
mini
Bill.
bags.
I don't. Like, this is.
They got
knockoff
duffel bags now.
We got duffel.
Yeah, what about your bag?
I was fast.
And you can score and
But I'm saying because I was fast, I didn't need to do all the.
So where would like Allen
okay.
Iverson be in this conversation?
Okay, now that's tricky, right? He comes in '96, right? And from like 95 on, they didn't know how to move left to right. So they like Tim Hardaway was like hurting the league, right?
Yeah.
So when Iverson came in and he had that extended cross, he was making all guards and anyone who guarded him look so bad because they didn't know what it was that they deemed it illegal, right? So they deemed his crossover illegal. So what they were doing is targeting him. So you took that weapon away from him. So he had to try to create other ways to try to, figure out how to score. I mean, he wasn't the best dribbler. Like he wasn't like Kyrie and Chris Paul and all of them. He just knew how to get where he was gonna go, right? He was fast and quick, low, crafty.
Jamal Crawford.
Jamal Crawford's
in there. Jamal, he could pick up a ball. Jamal Crawford could pick up a ball anywhere and just
to this day
and get a bucket right now.
He still has buckets to give.
It's so hard because you see more of dudes' bags in the summer, because that's when they have the freedom, right? Versus when, like Nick Young in the summer versus Nick Young in the
Well, I'll say even
when you Nick Young in the summer versus Nick Young in the season.
Only some players get that freedom during the season.
What about a guy like Baron Davis?
Oh, y'all.
People sleep on BD, but
no, that's a good one.
Yeah.
You
he had all that jerk.
If BD stay healthy, he top 3 in the league.
Yeah,
every year he in there. Yeah,
jerk. Like, if BD's style came into this era, it'd be hard to guard him because he was such a great passer first that's where he was. He was a passer, didn't score. So, but no, he was so good at scoring and creating space and doing all that. But, he relied more on his assists. So it's like, like more like a Darren Williams style, right? Like, I'm gonna give you 22, 23 and, 10, 11 assists. But if BD wanted to average 30, there was nobody gonna guard him.
Big, strong.
Yeah, Steve Francis, those type of.
Another guy watching in the summer was like, nobody in the gym could guard BD.
Jason Williams was nice, white chocolate.
Yeah.
White chocolate had a bag until they put the cuffs on him.
So chat threw some names in. Marbury, Rod Strickland, Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf.
He was Steph without the dribbling.
Who, Mahmoud?
Yeah,
but
like
he
gonna give you the irk, but that's what I'm saying. It's hard to put the '90s guys in there because there's rules. Yeah. Like people don't want to accept it. Like, stop fighting me on this. Like, your rules handicapped you. Yeah. I don't care what you say. A Bugatti in 1980 and 90 is not faster than a Bugatti today. I'm sorry, they updated the engines.
But it's still,
right? So,
it still can stand the test
you know what I mean?
There's no test. A little bag versus a big bag. You still got a bag.
That's what I'm saying. There's no test of time. Like, we get it. You were good then, right? The moves that we're doing today, right? 10, 15 years, they're gonna be creating some shit that makes today look horrible. At some point, I'm pretty sure in 1950, the moves they were doing was awesome, right?
Well, Pistol Pete, the only one probably got a bag. Yeah. Pistol Pete probably the only one that got a bag back then.
And his bag
and we're talking about the 70s, that's from the 80s on the 90s. Like, he's the only one.
Like even Magic, his passing bag was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like Pistol Pete is really underrated with passing because he had no reference of the things he was doing. He was just creating it with his imagination. They're still not doing that today. Some of the things he's done, they've never done it again.
Yeah.
Right? So it's crazy, still never done it today. Right. Like Jason Williams was the closest.
The only one, White Chocolate was the only one trying to do the.
As I said, he's the closest thing to Pistol Pete when it came to just creativity and making passes and doing all that. But, as time goes, players look at stuff and create. 19 was it? What was that dunk contest, Michael Jordan? 1988. That was the dunk contest of the dunk contest, right?
So old people still talk about that.
You watch it now, you realize, out of 12 dunks between Jordan and, Wilkins, 9 was windmills. All right. I guess, you know, I'm going to windmill from the middle.
That was Dominique.
I'm gonna windmill from the side.
I'm gonna go to the side, do the windmill. It ain't changed, bro. I'm gonna go to this side, windmill. I'm gonna come at an angle. Listen, it's a windmill. Right? You don't get extra points because you changed where you did it, bro. It's a windmill, okay? Every year. 1986, 70. We know what Dominique's gonna do. We know what Michael Jordan. He's gonna rock the cradle. We're gonna jump for the. Like, this is the problem with that. When he first did it, jump for the free throw line, 50.
Yeah.
The next year, 45. The next year, 40. I'm not giving you a 50 every time you do that same dunk. I'm sorry.
We saw it.
What kind of dunk contest is this?
You got to come with the James Fly White though and give me something with it.
I seen. I was watching it because I wanted to critique it. The first dunker, Otis Smith, came, did a reverse windmill.
Yeah.
Boom!
Yeah.
40. Next man, threw it off the backboard, two-hand dunk. 41. What? Dominique Wilkins came up, windmill. 44. Like, hold on. No, hold on. The dunk the first dunk was the 44. The first dunk was the 44. Off the two, it's like, oh, y'all so crooked, man. Just, all right, we got it, Jordan and Dominique.
It was the 80s, girl, you know.
I'm just saying, man. Like,
it was on that white.
But as I said, like, come on, like, if you see the dunks now, okay, we got better, right? We got better.
No, for sure.
Like, you know, don't tell us who the best dunker is. We know, we can see it.
All right, so last question for you on this subject. Whose bag do you wish you had when you look at it throughout the course of NBA history? Who impressed you the most? And you know, Gil, you say you used to always write down people's plays. Who was the guy that you were writing down a lot of their stuff, trying to incorporate it into your game?
Everyone. Like, everyone. If someone had a right to left crossover, I wanted to see what made his crossover fast. Like, someone who had great, like Joe Johnson, the way he moved and his low split from Telfair spin, how he, you know, like that Garland, you know, when Garland has the ball in his left hand, he cuffs it and spins, right? He don't do that on the right side, right? So now I want to see, like, how his footwork is when he does that move, since he gets away with it, right? You know, like, people have their tricks that make them good, and I just wanted to learn them, add them, you know, to my game. Like, for the most part, I knew how to do every move, I just didn't need to. You know, most players who are really super fast, they don't have the dribbling because they don't need it. They're just going to use their speed and just take off.
If I had to add anybody's bag, mine.
You just keeping yours?
I'm the most influential out of California ever, so I'm not changing that. I like my bag.
Straight like that.
You don't want any?
High top, Gumby, I like my bag.
So is that what you include with the off the, because there's a whole aura of swag though. Like walking into a gym, everybody knows, oh,
Yeah, like
BJ here, okay.
ask anybody in 07, 08, when B. Jennings walked in the gym, everybody knew. So I like my bag.
How would you map that out timing-wise? When are you showing up for games?
Back in high school?
Are you making an entrance? Like,
I mean, it was.
You coming to watch the girls play before?
No way. No. I'm coming in right. I'm coming in right when the game is almost over. Like around like third quarter, you know, got to check it in, walk through. You know that walk through in high school. You know, walk through, headphones on.
Yeah.
You know, swagged out, go in the locker room, come back out. First thing off the backboard, song.
no jumpers during the JV game?
Nah, nothing. Nah, nothing.
Anytime you saw a team getting up jumpers, they're about to get cooked.
Nothing.
Y'all trying to shoot jumpers during the JV halftime?
Hey, my swag was different in high school.
Nah, but I love Kenny Anderson though. Like Kenny Anderson, Georgia Tech, Kenny Anderson. Like if I had like that Kenny Anderson, Georgia Tech swag. Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's the best point guard ever out of New York
But you know you
City.
gotta take his jumper too, right?
Huh?
You gotta take his jumper too. No, I'm just saying you gotta take his jumper if you're gonna take his bag.
Nah, I wanted this back. I'm taking my.
Oh, the Bobby Hurley?
Huh?
The Bobby Hurley?
Yeah, the Bobby Hurley. Yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
yo,
yeah.
I used to try it too, but because I wasn't left-handed, it irritated
couldn't do
me.
it?
I gotta try it on the right side and just like,
Yeah.
I didn't like it.
Yeah.
Lexi, whose bag do you wish you had?
I don't know if I wish I had it, but it's someone that I like watched a lot. Christy Tolliver. She went to Maryland. She plays for the Mystics now. She was my teammate last year, actually, in LA for a year. She's older. They won the championship, I want to say, in 2009, maybe, at Maryland. She's the reason why I went there initially. great shooter. Her handle is definitely better than mine, especially at that age. So she's someone I watched a lot. Shoots behind screens. Doesn't really shoot a ton of layups. When she does, they go in. So that's pretty accurate with my game a little bit. So yeah, she's someone I definitely looked at a lot.
Okay. Let's get back to SGA just real quick. Just talking about the Thunder. We talked about them a little yesterday with Chet. Finished 10th in the West last season, but they got bona fide superstar, SGA first team All-NBA, Josh Giddey, Chet, solid young core. West is stacked again this season, but the Thunder are currently picked 11. But we got to remember, to quote Gil, ton of draft picks, including 4 first-rounders in 2024. So they got their own pick, got the Rockets pick, Clippers, and Jazz. So potential of 3 lottery picks.
No, Clippers ain't give you no lottery pick.
Okay, Rockets, Jazz, and themselves too if they're boo-boo. But are people sleeping on the Thunder? How far away are they from being a legit playoff team?
What's so funny, if they gel fast in this preseason and they get off to a good start, I mean, they can actually make the playoffs this year. They have enough talent. I mean, there's no difference between them and Sacramento?
Yeah, I'm about to say, I was going to say that. Can they have a season like Sacramento last year?
I mean, it's just one of those things where...
So you think, top 3, top 4?
They could, when you're talking about, the top, you have to start off good, right? It's about your start off. Like, trying to catch somebody, you start off, behind -10 and trying to catch during the end of the season, that's hard. Right, that's hard. Everyone's in shape, everyone's ready. So you have to get out to that start right now, right? We're in shape first. We're clicking first, so you can steal some wins that's not expected. And next thing you know, you're 15-3, and it's really hard to, catch you at that point.
Yeah, I mean they got a lot of potential. But like you said, it just depends on how they start. But I mean, I like their young core.
Yeah.
I like their young core. They're definitely going to be exciting. Chet coming this year. I saw his first game. He played well. So, I mean, they're going to be right there. They're going to be right there, I think. We'll see.
Yeah. I think they're going to be fun to watch. They're motivated. I think that's the biggest thing. You have a young group. You don't have to beg them to play hard. And I think they're always going to go out there and play hard. And when you have SGA out there, you're always in the position to win a game when you have a player like that.
Yeah. They kind of remind me of those old Thunder squads with KD, Russ, and Harden before they really started going out there and getting it. But you're just watching that team. Even watching the Spurs game, obviously it's preseason, so you take it with a grain of salt. But they're a young squad, so they're going to play a lot more games. It's kind of some of these older teams in the West. They don't got to worry about resting guys and doing all that kind of stuff. And like the Kings, they can go dominate regular season. Postseason, obviously, they'll probably get humbled, but they'll do enough in the regular season, I think, surprise a lot of people. And even if not this year, next year,
I mean, they're probably 2 or 3 more years away.
Yeah.
They're really making
It's understanding, now, it ain't more, it's more on the organization now versus being, back in the day. Now you have these kids developing and getting younger, right? They're younger. And when you have the old media where even with, was it Boston, right? Tatum and Brown. They've been trying to break that group up for the last 2 years. Not really, they were 23 and 24, 24 and 25. No. Same thing with this. You have them for at least 8 years before you be like, all right. When I'm sitting with a 20-year-old, a 19-year-old, a 21-year-old, I have no interest until they're in their late 20s before I'm thinking about breaking it up. Other than that, I'm just gonna let them grow together. And I don't think they understand that. I mean, back in the day when, everybody came in the league at 22, 22 after your rookie season, you're 26, right? You're 26 years old. I mean, shit, sure. I got 2, I might sign you to extension. Other than that, I'm trying to get rid of you.
For sure.
Right, but for the most part,
And I think they should be cautious too because, do you think they gave up on, KD, Russ, and James and them too early when they were young? So, you don't want to be in that same type of situation again with all these youngins.
If they would have just broke bread with James, there's no telling.
Like Serge Ibaka, it's kind of like the same thing. in a sense.
It makes you wonder what are you looking at in practice every day, right? It makes you he's a six man. Right. So if the Rockets knew he was a max player, like the rest of the world, what were you thinking? What would I know what they were thinking. They were gonna keep him on the bench, right, as a six man, so he can get six man pay, right? You know, he's my starter, but I'm gonna put him as a six man, so he gets the six man pay. Everyone knew he was a starter.
Yeah.
Right? You know, so you're trying to sign Serge and then sign him, not realizing he's the most important piece.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? And what ends up happening is you got outbidded. You couldn't afford him. All it cost you was $4 million a year to keep him.
Yeah. So wild to think about.
Yeah, because they should have paid James more than they paid Serge.
Yeah, and then what ends up happening is if James stays, you can say, there's probably no Golden State dynasty.
Yeah.
It's probably this is probably
Bron probably.
This is probably the 2 to 3 championship team right here.
Yep. But do you think everybody on that crew would have stayed happy?
They were playing.
But I'm just saying, so I feel like between KD, Russ, and Harden, somebody
they were playing. Yes, because they didn't know the expansion of their personal talent, right? It's when James left and James became a mega star, right? Yep. Now he knows what he is.
Yep.
Russell, right? He doesn't know who he is until KD's gone. And they're like, all right, Russ, do your thing. He's like, just go out there and play hard. Just go out there and play hard. Now he's, and we're sitting here like, okay. And someone said it. I don't know if it was it Earl Watson? When they was like, dude's gonna average a triple-double this year. He's probably gonna average. Someone said it, like, the way he plays, he's probably gonna average a triple-double this year. With nobody there.
But that's even with Russ and KD. You can see, and Russ, UCLA guy, so you know he has a chip on his shoulder. But you can see with him and KD that thing probably wasn't gonna go much longer because Russ, and everybody thought he was crazy at that point. Russ thought he was an MVP level player when it was KD's team, but needed KD to leave to show that he was capable of getting the MVP as well.
Okay, so sometimes you have type of players that it's so easy for me, it's easy for you, right? So in his mind that I create so much force and so much attention, you get easy shots. That's how Russell look at it. KD's like, I don't need you to, I don't need you to do anything. I'm me, right? I'm without you, with you. I'm going to be MVP no matter what we do, right? And sometimes it's hard for someone who gravitates so much to realize it's easy for him too, right? So he's like, well, he's MVP because I'm getting him the ball, right? It's that theory, right? And that starts coming with stats, people whispering, right? And the media starts chiming in, and you really have to be self-aware, especially when you're young, that it's us, right? Yeah. As soon as you feel that I'm better than you, you gonna act like that. You're gonna, 20s, man, right?
Yeah.
It's 20s.
Yeah, 20s, and they've already been to the finals.
I read an article that, especially when teams do this. Let's say the best player.
Yeah.
This happens every single time. Let's say a best player is not playing, and then the team start winning. They start saying, "Oh, they might be better without him."
They did with
that right there. Oh my God.
They did that with the Grizzlies.
Yeah. Oh, they must be better without him.
Please.
That right there.
I hate that.
And that right there, that article right there usually breaks a group up if they already got like some type of tension. Breaks it up every time because the team really believes they're better without him. And then now he's coming back trying to prove like.
And they saying little things.
Yeah.
They say, that guy who never got a chance saying, hey, all right, see now, look, man, I got my opportunity.
I'm trying to tell y'all.
Hey,
we 6-0 without you.
Hey, man, the ball moving more, all that. All right.
Happens every time, man. It happens every time.
All right, well, let's keep this thing moving. This has been a topic that's been sitting around for a while. We finally get to do it, so I'm excited. So offseason is time for hoopers to work on their game. It's been, months, but always pertinent. Always in the chamber just in case. All-season time for hoopers to work on their game and add to the toolbox in preparation for the season. So, Gil, you were, to opinions of Akeem charging 50 racks, but you could say that because this summer you were also in the gym with NBA trainer Chris Johnson working with Darius Garland and Jordan Clarkson, giving out some free game.
Yeah, there's a trick that, let's just say this is a pop big, right? He's not a roller. And they're going over, right? What I would do, and that's my guy, I would come here and I would use this right here, right? I don't need to fight with him. Right. All I do is just block him, right? Boom, right here. He can't do nothing now. He can't come over me, right? If you leave this open here, he's gonna fight through it. So I can boom.
Now it's one-on-one.
Now I can. Right, so even if you're not fast at your hits, me grabbing him, he can pull me down. Right? Bigs that roll gonna hate it, but in today's game it's perfect for you guys because he's gonna pop out, so you don't stop nothing he does. So all you doing is just slinging it. Helps you cut faster, helps you split faster.
Yes.
Turns you faster.
Y'all see it?
So, we talk about just kind of off-season and the approach, guys working on stuff they may not get to do during the season versus, all right, this is what you're going to be able to do this year, really focus and concentrate on that. What's your best advice for skill development in the off-season leading to the preseason?
Skill development or working out? There's two different.
Give me both.
Okay, so skill development means you're self-aware that you need to improve in a category, right? And this is usually my irritation with trainers and just the regular public because they think that you can go to someone for 2-3 days and you can inherit their skills. Mm-hmm. Like, no, that takes months. Sometimes it takes years, right? Depending on how dedicated you are to it. Like, if your best player that your favorite can't shoot and he can't shoot for 10 years, do you think he just went into the summer not shooting? No, he just don't know how. Ain't been trained enough to how to process it in the game. You really have to be self-aware of what you're lacking, and then you're going into the summer, and that's what you're attacking. Summer, I'm spending 4 or 5 months on this thing, right, and proving it. So when it gets to the game, I can actually add this to my game. This is not something you can just, all right, I don't need to work on my left hand, and I think I can just dribble around left-handed, most of the summer and I'm left-handed now, right? No, I'm eating with my left hand, open the door with my left hand. Like I'm consciously using this, right? It's a conscious thing. Like I want to be let out. Like I'm trying writing with my left, so it becomes second nature. So when I'm in a game, it's just a natural habit, right? So it's being self-aware. So when the season's over with, you look yourself in the mirror and say, all right, what do I need to improve on? And then you write it down. If you got 6 items, whatever number 1, you attack it that summer. Next summer, that one. Next summer, so 6 years later, you have a full package. You have no flaw. And, players don't understand that. Players think, I'm working out for 2 hours and I got better. No, you didn't. You just worked out. You worked out for 2 hours. You got, 100 shots and you did that. They didn't get you, but you sweating, cool.
You in shape.
You're in shape, but did you get better? What, people don't think, every NBA player trains in the summer. They train in the summer. How many big men have you seen working on big man moves in the summer? Right? Posting up, doing it, ain't seen one of them shits in the game. Because it's just a workout. Mm-hmm. There's skill development, there's workout, and then there's skill enhancement.
Skill enhancement?
Yes. Like if someone says,
you're good at something and you just are trying to get
like let's say
better.
if I want to work on my feet, I'm gonna go work out with soccer players. I'm gonna go work out with football players.
Okay.
Whose feet are the best in sports?
Yeah.
Soccer and football, right? So I'm not gonna work out with a basketball dude for fucking feet placement. Right. I'm gonna work out with soccer guys. I'm gonna work out with football guys who's doing ladder drills, and then incorporate that into my basketball workout. But that's going to be my main focus, working with soccer and what's the name? Same with eye and hand coordination. I'm going to go play some baseball. Like I'm going to, or boxing. Yeah. Right? You have to enhance your ability, right? You can't just be a basketball player that you're going to be great at. You have to do other things to enhance little things. Hip movements. You got to do hip things if you're trying to work on your hip movement.
Yeah, so guys need to be more of a student of the game. I think that's what's lost. Being more of a student, being more open to other things that can help you with basketball. I feel like that's what a lot of youngins need today too, just being more open. But like what you just said, I mean, I'm sure they'll see it, but that was good though.
They get it, but they don't. It's like we thought we knew everything we did until we see someone else doing something else, right? I thought I worked really hard and I thought I was doing it until I seen Kobe.
Mm-hmm. Same, yeah.
Like, that's what it takes, right? So you're taking 400 shots in the same spots. Why? Oh, supersetting it. Okay, right? Now I'm recording Steph, right? Okay, so your workout, your warm-up is 300 shots, all moving, no rest, no water.
Right.
No water.
Right? You know,
That was wild.
you know what I mean? You don't know,
Yeah.
you don't know what's making someone great until you actually watch them.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, here's really just like spelling, right? If you want to learn how to spell,
Yeah.
once you learn how to spell your name, to learn other words, you just can't keep spelling your name. Right? You got to learn how to spell other words. Same thing with sports. If I know how to shoot going right, I don't need to keep working on that. I already know how to do that. I know how to do it. Let me work on something that's not comfortable, so I can make it comfortable. Now I can go left and right.
Yeah. How much time do you think like players should spend on something that they know that they're not good at, but not necessarily will do in a game? Like for me, for example, like I'm gonna have to handle the ball, but I'm not breaking people down off the dribble. So like how much of like ball handling do you think like players should do that are very aware, like I'm not gonna be in very many ISOs, but I'm gonna have the ball coming off of screens, or I'll have it in transition or something. Like I've seen, like I've gotten not criticized, but like my training, sometimes I spend a lot of time on ball handling. And like some of my dad or my friends are like, you are catching a ball off down screens and flare screens. Like you do not have to spend all that damn time dribbling the ball in your workouts. So how you balance that? Like,
No, but
not
what they're
wasting
saying is
time.
correct, but how they're approaching it is wrong, because you don't do it because you don't have the dribbling to do it. Once you get the dribbling to do it, then you're gonna be doing pick and rolls and coming downhill because now it's part of your package. Right? So if Steph didn't have the dribbling package, right, that he has, he would be easier to guard.
Right.
The dribbling is what makes his shot even dangerous, because now he's gonna Yankee, now you gotta back up, now you gotta come forward. So with you, if you've been shooting since you was little,
Yeah, what the fuck you shooting for? Yeah.
you spend all day dribbling. All day just bouncing the ball in the house, just sitting there all day. Just, like when they say 10,000 reps, you're trying to get 10,000 bounces in your arm, right? Full speed, slow. That's all you're doing all day. Before practice, 30 minutes. After practice, 30 minutes. In practice, right? If you usually catch and shoot, in practice, where it don't count against you, start dribbling and shooting, right? Use that time, whatever you're working on in your personal, use it in practice, right? That's the only real time you have. I remember when I was talking to Devin Booker when he made a comment on IG, right, about doubling. Like, why y'all doubling in
open runs.
In open runs.
Yeah.
And then, Trae Young, and I was like, hold on, y'all. Y'all looking at this wrong. You want to be doubled here because that's the only real time you get it. When the season starts, you're not doubling in practice. You're not getting doubled in practice. Right? You're working on everybody else's stuff. So you're not going to get doubled until you get in the game. So what happens in the game is it affects you because it's the first time you're seeing it. Right. So now you're getting doubled in the game. Now you're pissed off, and now you just got cut in half. But if you train in the summer, being doubled, when you see it's not foreign to you.
And that's a lot of respect if you're getting doubled in the
pickup
game in the summertime.
But I just tell you, double me. Like, you're gonna need help, double. Like when I played ones, it was 1-on-2. I'm playing like, if you're gonna play me one, you gotta bring somebody else. Like I usually be JaVale and I wanna play two, because that's what happens in the game.
Okay.
Right, I wanna be more realistic. Like, I don't think people understand, you have to be realistic for it's a process to be natural in a game. No matter what you do, you have to make it realistic. Like, you know, like we be going through the dribbling drills, just like warming up, you know, ha, 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 ha. You know, we do that and we, like that's when you say, yo, I want you to try to rip me.
Right.
Yeah.
Try to rip me, please. Like, so now you get to really try to work on your actual ball handling skills, right? And that's what I learned, like just watching people's process,
Yeah.
right? The elite is doing something different. They're just,
Yeah, we saw it with Steph.
they're doing something different. Like we watch Steph. Like for everybody who goes online and sees Steph camp workout, that's his workout he does before the camp. And then when everyone leaves, he has a 2-hour workout.
Yeah.
See, he's not showing you the 2-hour workout. He's showing, I'm showing you this, you know, a little fun. But he's going hard. Like he's going hard. It's 22, 23 minutes straight. He's probably taking about 200, 250 shots. And that's his warm up. And then he has his real workout that we don't know what it looks like.
Different.
And that's what, but that's what irritates me, man. Like I be taking shit, like I take this shit serious, man. Like if I'm working you out, like I know your flaws, I know what you're good at, I know what you naturally have. And as a trainer, your job is to enhance it, make it better. Like you can complain all you want. I don't care. Like I don't care. Like if that's the finish line you're trying to get to, my job is to get you to walk towards it, right? Just walk towards it every day. Like let's just say you're like, oh man, I don't feel like working today. We're gonna come to the gym and I'm gonna say, all right, make a layup. Make a layup, or you can go home. Not working out is my problem, right? As long as you take a step towards the goal is.
Right.
I mean, think about it. You're only working out for what? Maybe 2 hours straight and maybe another 2. It's like, it's not like why wouldn't you not want to go hard? Like, you know what I'm saying? You
It's a
2 hours
small
to
percentage
be
of your
for this
day.
game of basketball, like, you blessed to be able to play this sport, make a lot of money. And all you gotta do is just wake up in the morning for 2 hours. It's not like you gotta, work a 9 to 5 or you gotta
You're literally in
get the
the
kids.
gym.
It's like, I'm just going to the gym for 2 hours, come back later, go hoop. It's like, it's fun.
And that's why you need real friends and
You need real friends and people around you that are doing something.
that's really sitting you like, that's like, I'm watching you come in and be like, yo, you work out today? Like, nah, man, you tripping.
Yeah,
I'm going to work out. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Nah, let's go
yeah.
work out. Let's shoot.
Yeah.
Like you have to have someone who has the same drive just as hard as you, because what happens is when you tired, they pushing. When they tired, you pushing. When y'all both got that energy, whew,
Yeah.
that's an explosive workout. Like if me and my friends didn't fight after one-on-one, y'all ain't my friend. You know what I mean? Like you ain't my friend if we not fighting, like in our 21 games.
Yeah.
Like it's just like, like are you trying to win or not? Like you know,
Yeah.
like I need you to cheat me on the score. This has to be realistic, man.
Yeah.
We fight each other, go to the store, try to grab the little Sprite with the extra. Did you win a free one? Like, you know what I mean? Come on, man. Let's make this realistic. This is life, man. And sometimes we just don't know how hard to push until we see someone pushing it. Sometimes it's too late.
But like you said, some people are scared of success too, of what comes with it.
What comes with it?
What comes with being so big. A lot of people aren't ready to be that big.
And that was my argument with the 50 million ring and, the 300 million without. Like, it's deeper than me because I think of the game different, right? 50 million in a ring, understanding what it is, you're telling me you're okay with being mediocre. Right? You'll rather win a ring on someone else's
Dying.
hard work.
Yeah.
Right? If I know I put everything into the game and I failed, I took the responsibility of being the dude and just didn't succeed. I can live with that.
Right.
I can't live
Being somebody's side.
I can't live with,
Well,
like.
that's another
I'm
thing I
cool.
feel like when people are like, when we talk about people are afraid of success, I feel like sometimes people are also afraid of putting in all that work and then being deemed like a failure because you didn't maybe bring home a championship or something like that. But I feel like it's not even about that if you're doing it for the right reasons. If you feel like you put in everything that you got into this game, You can't let other people's opinions make you feel like your work was all for nothing. So I feel like that's a thing too.
What's funny is if you take all, like, think about when you're talking about, like, you know, that whole debate of the million and the 50 in the ring and the 300 million.
Mm-hmm.
If you told both those guys to work out, you can see why one makes the 200 million. Like I'm writing you a check worth 200.
Right.
He's getting paid this for a reason, right? The work ethic is different, right?
But is it, or, I mean, it's sometimes that talent. Like, I understand what you're saying, but if one player is more talented than the other, one guy might bust his ass, work hard, this dude might just be...
How about this? You ever seen Allen Iverson play? He don't have a ring, right? You seen how hard he went, right? We can name people with rings that was mediocre. Did they go as hard as that man? Hell no. Because the only way to go harder than him is to be the dude with the same amount of money and the chip, right? But if you are, this is what only you made, it reflects your work ethic. I don't want the work ethic of $50 million. That's $3 million, 17, 16, year career, that's $3 million. I know what the fuck that looks like on the bench. How are you trying to negotiate? How are you gonna tell me when I know on my bench who $3 million is? Right? Like, I don't wanna beat him. I don't wanna beat him, no thank you.
Right.
Like, while I'm running the bleachers at night, he's at home chilling. Like, I'm running the bleachers, I'm getting in shape. When we lose a game, they talking to me, they don't care about what you're talking about. You have no, it's like being a manager or being drive through the window. Being a drive through the window is easy, right? It's easy to be in drive through the window. Hey, it might help you. The manager is the hard. He got to open up early, he got to close, he got to make sure all y'all getting paid. If the business fails,
It's his fault.
it's his fault.
Yeah.
It's his fault. And that's how I process this stuff. Like, which road are you taking?
Which road you want?
Which road you want? You want the easy road? Like, oh yeah, 50, I'll sit here, go in there, hit a shot and two, and yeah.
And it worked for some people. That's good, but not me.
That some people
But
want.
I 50 million is a lot.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, if you make zero, they gave me 50. It's like that's all you cared about? Yeah. That's it. Okay, 50 million, I can feed my family. Cool, that's what's up. That's what's up. But they say I can make 500. 500 means I gotta do this.
Yeah.
I gotta do that.
Yeah.
You can't. That's what I'm saying. It's hard to talk to me about it because I work so hard and I know what it looks like. Like, I'm telling you, I'm like, I know I troll a lot, right? But I'm telling you, I mean, I
You
troll
do,
a lot.
yes.
I troll a lot, but
Yeah.
they're not gonna say I'm lying, right? When I say in my whole career, the two consistent people I seen before the game in my 10 years was Kobe and Ray Allen. I need you to think about all the players that was in that era. Those are the two consistent players I seen more than me in the gym. Like, when I came to the arena at 3:30,
Ray was already there.
Kobe and Ray, that's it.
Yeah, I've seen Ray. Yeah. That's
All the people y'all call greats and all that, those are the two people I seen working before the game. And I know that because I was there every single
time.
just to see who's there.
So, a question for you, Gil. How hard does it get to stay focused, stay locked in once you get that big bag? Say you sign a max deal, you put all that work to get that. Now you know you've got 150, 200, 250 million coming to you, no matter what. How do you stay locked in every summer to keep wanting to put that work in? It's kind of extension of what Lexi was talking about, but to stay locked in, to keep wanting to put that work in when you have all this extra bread. Now, when you're coming up trying to get the money, yeah, you're working hard for that goal, but now once you've attained that goal of getting that bag, what keeps you locked in and motivated?
Like, see, it's okay, so now I got to revert to back when I was playing versus me now, right? So it's a new goal. What is your goal? Your goal wasn't to make 200 million. Whatever your goal was, you were doing it, you was heading that way to get 200 million, right? That's how you got 200 million, because the goal you was after was to get that, right? And you got it. Whatever your goal is, you still got to obtain it. Like, you know, it's like saying, why does Steph work so hard still? Because he has goals. He has goals still. Like, that's what it is. Why does LeBron still do what LeBron's doing? He has goals. You know what I mean? The goal wasn't to be a billionaire. I mean, if it was, I mean, he gets to chase that. Like when Kobe was, you know, playing, he wasn't trying to be the best player in the NBA. He was trying to be better than Michael Jordan. Now that gives him something to chase because Jordan's not in the plane anymore. He's not playing when Kobe's getting into his back. So he gets to chase this. So that means he's not living in real time. That means he doesn't care what you're doing. He doesn't care what y'all doing. I'm chasing this. It's done. This is the points he has. This is his resume. That's what I'm chasing. I don't care who's won MVP this year. I don't care about that. I'm chasing that. You need to put someone out there that you get the chase that you can't conquer.
Yeah.
Right? So if you can't conquer, that means you're never satisfied. If you're never satisfied, whatever's coming is just, okay, cool. I'm still going.
Yeah. I think outside of I know they have goals, but I think what else keeps them going that I've seen being around like a lot of people who's successful like Steph, I think their team. Their team too when they get the bag. Like their team, the people that they're around, their significant other. I think that's why they're still so successful too, him and Bron. Mm-hmm. You know, their crew that they roll with. You know, everybody around them are successful. You know, their family. You know, all that's important too when you get that money. So I think that's one of the biggest reasons too, outside of just their goals, is like the people they have around them every day. Everybody around them are successful or either working or, you know, on that same level as them.
Yeah, I think they just also, I think a lot of these players like genuinely just love basketball and they love the work and the fact that they are making hundreds and tens of millions of dollars is like the cherry on top of them. And I think that mentality also separates a lot of players. Like I feel like there are a lot of players in the league right now that don't really like playing basketball at all. Like not even a little bit.
They're just good at it.
They're just really good at it.
I mean, I feel that's true for any industry, though. You know, it's like I can make a lot of money doing this. I don't particularly care much for it, but it's a way for me to feed my family.
Right, and then that's why there's levels to things.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I think it comes down to just the true love of the game, because I mean, the way LeBron loves basketball, like it's been something really amazing to watch. Like he's the player. He's who I grew up watching, being like the GOAT. Yeah. Pretty much is Bron.
It's crazy thinking from 2003 now to year 21, the work he's put in, he's still playing at a level. We talked about this yesterday. You take the stats from 2012, compare them to last season, you can almost argue last season's better, you know what I mean? Which is wild to think about. But let's talk about just the modern era. Everybody's on social media, the importance that has. But are you guys cool with players posting their workouts on Instagram, social media?
It depends on who you are. It depends on who you are, what you're showing.
Yeah.
The elite ain't showing you shit.
You know, I'm about to say, the only time you see them probably working out is like in a commercial. It's like in their commercial.
LeBron might give you a quick one.
Or might be like, hey guys, I'm in the gym in case y'all were wondering.
He gonna show you some of these abs things.
But not like no full, like I know serious. Like
I think now that's more for the trainers, because there was a time where players were posting their workouts a lot, and now I don't feel like
good ones.
No, like just players. I mean, there's a lot of players. Not obviously not the good ones, but like there's like, I mean, the NBA is a huge league. Like there's a lot of players in it. So it's like they were posting their workouts, but I feel like overall they haven't really been posting as much. That I see more workout videos on trainers' pages than anything. But obviously that's their job. So
like
I got to.
The reason that you don't like show your real workout, because you don't want to show
what you're doing,
someone what you're doing or what you're working on. Mm-hmm. Right, and that's really how it is. Like I don't want to, like if I'm working on a new move, I ain't trying to show you.
Yeah.
Right. I want when I hit you with it, that's when I, because defensive players is like,
okay, that's what he doing.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. So I'm not gonna show.
I'm showing me shooting threes, and that's about it.
Yeah.
So we got Rashad McCants. He's not here today, but he's watching the show, supporting us from afar, going hard in the group chat. I'm gonna read you a couple of comments he made. We have his permission. Gil don't want to reward losing, LOL, but wants to average 39 and not go to the playoffs. Laughing my ass off. Stop with like 7 P's on it. So stop.
No, I get that. What was the question? The question was, would I want to average 39 points or 15 and win a championship? Do you know what level of
He
in
is not
shape?
even here.
Think about 39. What type of in shape I have to be to average 39?
For 8
right?
games.
That means
I
you
have
got to
to
have
be-
a few games of like 50 or 60.
Now, tell me what
Yeah.
type of mindset do I need to have to accomplish 39? What type of defense is guarding me? That means I'm playing 1-on-5. That means I'm rubbing my engine 1,000 miles an hour every day. That means I gotta go to sleep early. That means I can't party. I can't club. I gotta be focused. I gotta be mentally focused to average 39 a game. So fuck your 15 and your fucking ring. Because I know what 15 looks like. That means you're playing, 20 minutes a game? You get to hang out, you get to have fun. Because I know to win a championship, the best player wasn't averaging 15 points. That's why I don't want to talk to, I don't need to talk to that. I know how much I scored against your team.
39.
And it wasn't, you know what I mean? It was 37, 35, 33. I don't know who was guarding me, but I guarantee you, he wasn't working harder than me. So if my 39 and I didn't get to make a playoff, my teammates know and I know that I had to do everything in my power. Like, what was Jordan like when he was averaging 34 and 37 and didn't make the playoffs? The scariest man on the planet, right? The scariest man on the planet, right?
I don't want to guard nobody averaging 37.
Hell no.
I mean, that's why I said it's goofy talk. It's goofy talk. Like we know, like think about 37. We're not talking about, like, people, because you didn't make the playoffs, they're gonna say, oh, he's a loser. Like averaging 39, you're not trying to win.
And at the end of the day, only one team wins.
You're like, I'm not trying to win, I'm averaging 39.
Right.
So that means in today's era, that's the second leading scorer ever in history. What? Like, we know how Jordan was when he averaged 37 points, right? Right, he led the league in scoring, right? First team, could possibly win MVP, All-Star, All-NBA. Like, we know what process comes with that because we know what you have to do to be that. We know what James Harden looked like when he averaged that. We know what Kobe was carrying when he was averaging that. So if you're telling me, do I want to be that or, 15, I'm good.
If you average 15 on the championship team, what's that? You starting or you probably off?
You can come off the bench. You can come off the bench or you can start, depending on what your team up look.
The question off the bench.
The question's off the bench.
And it didn't say how many points.
Off the bench.
Would you rather come off the bench and win
Just rather come off the bench as a...
Or no playoffs and average 39 points per
If
game?
I'm averaging 39, they're going to pay me $500 million.
But it ain't even, that's what I'm saying, it's not about the money because we know what it comes with. We're just talking about
Like the lifestyle, the work ethic,
the two
all that.
players. The two players. That means that dude who's on the bench, you don't even get in the fucking game until your team has probably won, or you get in 3 minutes, or whatever your process is not mine. We're not training the same. We're not working out the same. We don't have the same mindset. We're not watching game film the same. We're not the same. Right? Yeah, I didn't get us to the playoffs because most likely my team is not as good. Your team is good if you're coming off the bench and y'all get the win. I'm sorry, I don't want that behavior. Yeah, you're a winner, but you're not a winner because of you. That's the difference. I'm a loser because of me. You're not a winner because of you.
Who do you think stays in the league longer?
39. Who's on the billboards? Who's on this? Like we know what it comes with. We know what Kobe looked like when he was trying to get that team to. He has to score 81. When he was scoring 81, did he look like a loser? nah, he looked like a fucking winner, didn't he?
Y'all lost.
Right? When he was scoring 81, was he looking like he was trying to win that game? When he was scoring 63 3/4, was he trying to win the game? The narrative is just so stupid. It's dumb.
Rashad,
It sounds amazing when I got a ring. Like, yeah, did you play? Yeah, I scored 10 in the championship. Yeah, they put me in for 4 minutes. Oh, congratulations. Ah, fuck that. I don't want to be the bench. Who was the star? I want to be him. How about that? I want to be the star who is winning because I want to be in the position to win or fail. I want to shoot a shot. You're telling me you'd rather just not do nothing so no one gets to judge you. That's what this whole thing is really about. Do you want to be somebody and have the opportunity to be a failure? Or do you want to be nobody and take someone else's
Success and hop on, yeah. Nah.
Interesting.
So last question for all you, and this is probably more geared towards high schoolers, college players, the younger generation, but how important is playing pickup to skill development?
Depends on how you use it.
And depends on who you're playing against.
Yeah.
And depends on who
So
you're
let's say
playing
high
The
level
gym with
pickup.
you.
Not no
Pickup could be
BS at the
horrible.
part. Well, I mean, even if you're doing some of that stuff to work on your stuff, but you're taking it now to play against people who are better than you.
Yeah.
Like you talking about playing in adult leagues when you were coming up. Because I got to play some grown ass men because that's going to prepare me to play against these 16, 17-year-olds in high school. So, I guess, playing pickup, but playing pickup with the right people.
Like it's what are you playing it for? Like, if you have a goal in mind, like, okay, I'm working on this, right? That means it becomes harder when you handicap yourself. Like, I'm only working on going to my left and doing everything left, right? So that means when someone's sitting here talking shit, right? You don't revert back to what, like, nah, I'm gonna prove you wrong. Like, nah, I'm gonna stay focused and work on my game. So you can call that a productive day. So it all depends on, because when you get to a certain level, pickup game is not. It ain't doing nothing for you if you're just trying to play it to be down. Like LeBron playing pickup.
He playing just to
Yeah, I mean,
get a
we'll
rhythm.
some cardio.
just get some
like a
cardio.
rhythm.
So
It's
those
like
are
a
the type
rhythm,
of
too.
games where I'm gonna just be working on something.
Yeah, I think like towards my earlier in my career, I took pickup real serious, like UCLA. But it definitely depends on who you're playing against, though. Working on your game, like you can't be working on your game and then playing against 24-hour fitness. Is like,
But just to play devil advocate, because you go to UCLA and like you said, a lot of those guys, like I had to play against KG when I was coming up. I was going probably 140%. He was going about 35. And I had to do that just to be able to, not get my ass busted. But when you're playing against those guys there, a lot of guys are just going to get cardio. So does it make sense to play against other guys who are hungrier, trying to come at you, that you might see that aren't necessarily the higher level
For
guys?
you or KG?
I'm just saying for you guys in the league, like playing against dudes who are playing overseas, whatever it may be, aren't necessarily NBA guys, but are going to take that challenge personally and going to try to embarrass you. Like guys come to the Drew League, Frank Nitti, you know what I'm saying? When guys come to the Drew, they think the shit's sweet.
Yeah.
Frank is trying to cook y'all.
Yeah. Well, I think the Drew is different. Like the Drew, because that's a real game. So it depends on how you feeling.
Yeah.
But I feel like UCLA, if you catch guys outside of the Drew at UCLA and where it's like no cameras, then you're gonna get a whole different type of like atmosphere with the guys. Because now ain't no cameras, ain't no nothing, and you already,
It's once you suit up, you know there's a target, right? So, Real Run, any of those leagues, if you ask them what I was doing, I'm scoring 50 at the half. There was one league I averaged 73. Right? When I retire and I'm still playing, I play down to 360, I'm averaging 70-something, right? They like, yo, you gonna pass the ball?
Nope.
To you, no.
to
Passing you the ball. I didn't pass the ball to NBA players who was making 10, 15 million a year. Why am I passing to you? Shut up. I'm just being realistic. I didn't come here to sit here to pass you the ball, and I see there was a record here, and the record said 32 points a game. I want it. I want the record. So I'm averaging 70 just in case somebody come behind me. It's That's a big gap, right? I'm coming here to do something. I'm not coming here to, like I came at half, I'm coming out, I remember playing with Brian Russell. Came in at the half, he said, get in, 50. No one getting the ball. No one getting the ball.
Just always had that mindset.
You don't know what I'm saying is you don't know who you're playing against that's feeding on something. Right? I might be playing against Trevor Ariza, right? And he's sitting there and picking me and doing this, and then we get into the NBA, and his confidence is so sky high that he's on. Like, no, I gotta dead all that now. I got you to be sitting on the bench like, oh, dude, don't never pass the ball. Like, yeah, I ain't trying to guard, dude. Like, dude, don't. Like, that's.
Yeah, it'd be like that. It'd be like that.
Everybody watching, man. Everybody watching. If I see, everybody. That's what I said, man. McCann's got enough problem, man. That 10-1, he got to come see me. He go there, he gonna come see me. And I don't care. He got to come see me. He got to come see the kid.
Who's somebody you couldn't wait to see, like, in the summertime that was kind of like woofing, or you heard, like, the city was, like, woofing on and you was like, or was everybody just fearing you? They just knew better?
Nobody. Yeah. Like, it was, like I said, when I played pickup, I'm playing it to try to, like even in D.C. and Berry Farms when, I was one of the first NBA players to play inside the gates.
In the project.
And they were talking trash and all that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I'm treating this like the NBA game.
Yeah.
Like, I'm treating it like NBA game, so I'm coming here playing NBA style. Like, I don't.
Yeah, Berry Farms was fun, though.
Rutgers, 65, 60, 65. Like, what we do, this is easy, right? Like, I don't have the Kobe's and them guarding me. Who are you?
Yeah.
Like, I treated the sorry player like, yo, I get to get some points. I think about it, I'm guarding someone who can't play defense, and like, I get to score like 40, 50 against you, so if I play against a great defender, he keep me to 25, it balances itself out. Yeah. Right? That's how I'm looking at it. I'm not looking at, oh, man, we got to play you. Like, no. I'm going hard at you. Yes, sir. I'm going hard at you.
Let's keep this thing moving. Time for our last segment of the day, MostlyFans. Not to be confused with OnlyFans. Gil, would you start an OnlyFans? Just asking.
Think about I'm just be honest, right? Women starting OnlyFans, you got men like that'll pay, right?
You can put any content on there.
No, I'm just saying, but attractive men will pay for attractive women, right? We'll still pay. Who's paying for men? Think about the women that are like donate dollars, right? I mean, just put it in perspective, like, who you think is donating to me?
Money's green.
Like, think about, like,
you got it like that, you the man.
I'm just thinking about it. Ain't no sexy ladies coming in like, oh yeah, I'm a thirst trap in it. No, it's a bunch of old 2, 3s, and 4s.
Yeah, you put enough of them together, you can make a 10.
There's a bunch of people that complain about body shaming. That's the people that's coming in there donating money, man. It ain't the same, Ain't no men becoming billionaires and millionaires off
OnlyFans.
Oh, man.
2 nickels make a dime, man. Just remember that. 2 nickels can make a dime.
You know how goofy you look trying to be oiled up and stuff, man.
Magic Mike, having ass.
It just seems like I've never heard a bunch of women say, "Yeah, I'm about to go to the strip club, male strip." Like, I know it's out there, but nobody's.
I mean, we don't know the women that do. I'm sure.
No.
I'm sure it's women that.
I mean, we can assume what type of women. We see the type of women that's at strip clubs, right? Maybe attractive women at the women's strip club.
Yeah.
Yo, please.
And that's our cue.
Please.
I'm just saying.
First question comes from underdog username BFOS24K. He said, what's your favorite hooper of all time, offensive player and defensive player?
I gotta think. My favorite player is Penny Hardaway.
So that hooper and offensive player, or do you just
Hooper? Like, it's what made me love basketball. when he came into the draft and I seen his highlights. It's just the style. It was so different. Like, I mean, I watched, NBA growing up, but I wasn't tuned into it until when he came into the game. And it was just like, think about the draft that he's in and who that player was versus the other guards that was in that draft. I mean, in that league at the time. It was different, right? And I was like, I want to be him.
What about offensive player and defensive player?
That was my offensive player.
I asked you if it was Hooper offensive player.
Offense and defense.
Y'all here,
offense?
gang banging after breakfast.
Okay.
Okay.
So he's my favorite player offensively, probably Kobe. Defense? Man, I'm sorry, man, but
I already know where this is going.
no, it's just hard for me to really, because who y'all might think is great defensive players ain't defense players to me, because my brain worked different on finding out the flaw and then using it to my advantage. So who y'all think is great defensive players because of the awards they get, that probably is not the defensive player for me. So I'll just go with Dennis Rodman.
Defensive player, I probably have to go Gary Payton. Trash talk and, just the way he played. Offensively, favorite to watch, like I could just watch all day. Man, it gotta be like either Jamal Crawford, Kobe, or like KD. It's just flawless. They're just flawless. It's just easy buckets. Like any of those three in that type of for offensive.
For me, I'll do both. Well, not both for each, but WNBA for defense, probably Tamika Catchings. Because she just was everywhere and she could guard so many positions. So she was just fun to watch. And obviously she was a threat offensively. My favorite player offensively, probably Dame Lillard. Only because it translates more to like how I play. So I like to watch players that like I can probably like learn stuff and emulate in my game. And my favorite player ever, probably Kobe. But the player that made me fall in love with like NBA basketball was Jameer Nelson. I was growing up in Orlando. Love Jameer. He was like I don't know why, but when I was little legs, I had a jersey and everything. I love Jameer Nelson.
Him and Delonte West in college.
Jameer Nelson.
That was a squad right
Orlando
there.
Magic, yeah.
They were
that
like
was
30
my guy.
at some point. Then they lost in the tourney. I can't remember, but
They lost in the tournament.
yeah. Before that, like okay, who are these little dudes? But let's move on to question number 2 from underdog username JustWink24. Said, with Anthony Davis seemingly the number 1 guy in Los Angeles, who has a better season, AD or Zion?
I'm gonna go AD.
Ooh. Okay, some Lakers love for Mr. B.
I'm gonna go AD because just I think the level of play, like who he plays for, just everything. Like I just think, everybody wants him to come back healthy this year. I'm gonna just say AD right now.
We mean like just like, are we just talking about like stats? Because if Zion manages to stay healthy the whole season, everyone's gonna be like, they're gonna lose their shit over it.
Or what if AD stay healthy? We ain't never
That's
seen him
true,
stay
too.
healthy either.
Who stays healthy? Who stays?
I think that's what it is. I think that's what it is. Like who stays healthy?
Zion not healthy average what, 27 and what?
Like with 26 and 7 or something like that?
Like he's
26,
insane
7.
when he's out there.
26, 7, and 5, not healthy.
And what AD average not healthy?
And Zion is still like kind of, I feel like he has like still like kind of like a clumsiness to his game because he's just in and out and in and out. So I feel like him being healthy, like it might all come together in a way that like we still haven't seen yet from him.
So AD averaged 56 games last year, 26, 13, and 3.
It's that defense, that AD defense, and like if he could average 30 this year, if like he really went out there and.
For sure.
And he has
I'll go with
really everything is really set up for him to really average 30.
Yeah,
because
the
it's like
team,
it's his
LeBron's
team.
like, yo.
like come on now, like.
So do you see, I mean, we've heard LeBron say this past couple seasons, but do you see LeBron taking a dip
No.
in that 29, 30 point
The
range?
Listen, you can't take a dip until like.
But my point is to give AD the keys.
All right, let's try it this way. let's say LeBron averages 24 and AD averages 26. Are they winning? No. So like for LeBron to take a dip, he has to see the chip. You know what I'm saying? So like, and that's just how it is. Like you can't go in, and coaches do this all the time. Hey, yeah, this year we expecting like 24 and 8 and 6. Now, that sounds cool, but who's gonna take who do you have taking on this extra weight? Like, the 80s has to say, all right, I'm gonna average 30 and
He gonna have to take like some points from the rest of the team first.
He's not taking LeBron.
Bron's still gonna do his thing, and then if AD can do that at a consistent level, then Bron might be like, all right.
Okay.
I want to take a back seat. Like I need you to like start demanding wanting to do it, so I don't have to average 29. I mean, come on.
But can you see AD averaging 30 on a LeBron team?
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially right now at this.
Yeah, I mean,
Basically
This
tell him
year would be
to.
the year.
Yeah.
And then Darvin said he wants AD to shoot 6 threes a game this season. Y'all rolling with that?
And that's what he want. Whatever to keep him from falling.
That's fair.
Whatever to keep him from falling.
Yeah,
Like,
that actually might be the safer route.
I just like
For real, it might be the safest route.
I know it ain't gonna happen, but it's like I just wish all the stars just was all healthy. Just all stars healthy, just like turn the fatigue off so nobody get hurt. Right? And let's see what the game
happens.
let's just see what the game looks like when everybody's just
like no
just-
aches, no limbs,
yeah, just everybody. There's no
Everybody
game
good.
missing. Like we get to really see
Yeah, like
how great the NBA is.
like a playoffs with all their superstars.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Yeah,
Just, let's get
that
to
would be
it.
dope.
Last question comes from friend of the program, Ballhead Lou Will, back again, getting another 50 piece. Everybody else out there in the chat, you lacking. You can get $50 for every good.
Ballhead Lou Will.
MostlyFans question. Ballhead Lou Will about to become a millionaire off of just MostlyFans questions if he stays on this trajectory. Whose responsibility is it to develop players? Coaches or players themselves?
Players.
Yeah, players for sure.
Players. It's like a teacher, right? Like I shouldn't have to force you to be great. That should be something you want to be, right? And the same thing with a teacher. Like, if you want to sit in the back of class and sleep, it's not my job to force you to want to be something in life. That has to already be instilled in you. Like, you know what I mean? So a coach shouldn't have to say, hey, we're gonna get some shots after. Right? Hey, let's get, come in early. Like if the coach is doing that, that guy is not going to be successful because the only way he's doing it is because somebody was reminding him. Like I should be the one. Like, yo, hey, I'm about to go to the gym. Can you be there? Yo, I'm gonna be there at 8. Can you be there? I'm coming back tonight. Can you be there? Right? Or a coach say, hey, I'm gonna be here from 6 in the morning to this. Cool. Right? But the fact that the coach is like, yo, tap in. Yo, we're gonna watch some film. Like that means the guy don't have it for himself. You think someone's telling Kobe that he got a time schedule? Yo, we going? No. LeBron, I'm coming in at 1. And someone's telling LeBron to come at 1? No.
I agree with that, but I also feel like the coach got to have knowledge. Like you can't just be it is important for the coach too though, because the coach got to have the knowledge though. You can't be like just with a coach that can't help.
Like no, to get you better, or like individually or in the game.
Because this was going on Twitter, I think maybe a week ago. They asked the Iowa women's head coach about Caitlin Clark. Basically, they're like, what are you doing to help Caitlin get ready for the W, become a pro? And she was basically like, my job is to make her the best player at Iowa, and my responsibility is not to make her a pro. And people had a lot of negative feedback on that, but I was just thinking back to when I was in college. My college coaches made me a really, really good college player, but what I did on my own is what made me a pro.
Well, most college coaches don't give a shit about. I mean, not like that.
Yeah, but I'm like, why would one player, you have a whole team of players that probably are not going to be pros. Yeah. Why would you adjust everything to make sure that this one player is a pro? If they're not doing anything else on their own.
A coach's team, right? It's a team thing, right? Now he's just creating the offense and making sure everyone's fitting the scheme, knowing the best player and the most talented player figures it out themselves, right? That's usually how it is. But like a coach, like setting up times and stuff, like I never seen my coach in none of my workouts. I don't know what the fuck he's doing, right?
He's at home.
You know what I mean? Like it's man, being great ain't easy.
No.
I mean, they could put you in situations for you to be successful, but
That's what
you
I'm
gotta
saying.
be
Like,
ready.
that's what I'm saying.
Like,
Yeah, and if you have a coach that's not doing that, then you gotta go find a new coach.
But a coach should know your game and should know, all right, like, this is, like, you know, yes, it is important for the player, but a coach, too, he should be able to...
Because a coach can derail you, too,
Yeah.
like completely.
Yes.
Hey, this is what I want to ask some of the casual fans out there when they say they you know, like players make each other play better and you know, learning from greatness, you know, because that was a big knock, like, you know, 50,000, you know, to learn, you know, the knowledge of what this man has. How many players played with Kobe?
A lot.
A lot.
How many guys showed Kobe's passion?
I don't even think he had one teammate.
Okay, not one. Okay, I figured. How about Jordan, right? Jordan's the greatest and he was the most fierce and he had, how many people that he played with in his whole career showed that same type of passion?
Probably just Luke Longley.
They not
You said who?
No, but
I was gonna say Dennis Rodman.
right, but they're not
Yeah.
there for 3 days. They're with him 6 months. 6 months. Every day. They get to pick this man's brain every day. Why isn't it translating? When people think it's this easy to just go there and do some shit, Kobe mindset wasn't, no one processed that information.
And they all knew what he was doing. Because they tell stories about it all the time. I remember when Kobe was at the gym 3 hours before I got there. And I still came 3 hours after Kobe.
And you're telling me your jump, I never played with Kobe. I heard about his workout. And I can say he taught me the game better than he taught any other of his players. It's you. It's you. It has nothing to do with a teacher. Right? You have these great guys like you that's in real time with you. How many people has done what LeBron's done and picked up the information LeBron's picked up and working on his body? And none. So I don't want to hear shit about what a legend is doing in the off season for 3 hours.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I played the game. I've been in locker rooms. I don't want to hear shit y'all talking about. All right, it sounds cute. It sounds cute, right? But there's legends here. Like there's legends here in real time that I don't see how. Where's the Kobe mentality?
Yeah.
Where's the Mamba mentality? Where's the young Kobe mentality? It sounds great.
It sounds great.
It sounds great. I mean, it sounds cool when you're doing blogs and shit. It sounds cool.
Yeah.
It do. No, it sounds cool when you got your blog and you get to say and, you know, you get to repeat. Yeah, you know, my mentality is this and that and that. Where's it at? I don't.
Yeah.
I didn't see it in your game. I didn't see it in your work ethic. You was around that man every single day. You was around Michael Jordan every single day. Every day. And you didn't come in 20 minutes early. What we talking about, man? And they wonder why, you know, them players stay away from me.
That's the new Austin Reeves shirt.
From the people that follow through, shout out.
They follow through.
CJ, hook us up.
AR-15, 315. That sounds like.
Sound like what time the show might end. I'm just kidding. But so last week we did our old school, new school debate between Melo and KD and who was a better pure scorer in their prime or in their peak. Tomorrow we are asking this: who's more influential, MJ or Steph Curry? Gil, you get to weigh on this tomorrow because you'll actually be on the show. Lexi and Brandon, you guys will not be with us tomorrow, unfortunately. So we want to get your opinions now. What do you think?
Who's more influential?
More influential, MJ or Steph Curry? And we really got to think about it. Gil, Steph got people wearing Under Armour. Think about it.
I'm not even gonna lie. Isn't The Rock the most influential on Under Armour?
Who?
The Rock.
The Rock more influential?
The Rock, like the actor
Dwayne Johnson.
or
He's
the
the one-
wrestler?
He's the one who pushes Under Armour.
Really?
For football and
Oh,
wrestling.
I didn't.
Well, I mean, Steph got his own brand, so he's Curry brand now, and he's only.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
Is
So
The
he's-
Rock collabing with Tough Crowd? No, Gil, I think not. I said, is The Rock collabing with Tough Crowd?
You know, okay.
But Steph Curry is, or he's more
Oh,
influential?
that is a hard question.
Steph got $1 billion and he's still hooping from Under Armour. I mean, the deals, you know.
You know, it's
That's such a hard
It
question.
just, it just depends though. Like, you know, Steph changed the game, you know,
So did
for,
MJ.
you know,
Yeah.
MJ did his thing, and it's just two different eras. It just depends on what era.
Gil, I know you can talk about it.
it's unfair to. It's the reason it's unfair is
One's still playing and one's not.
no. It's if we put. Okay, so we have Michael Jordan, right?
Yeah.
In an era where the NBA, like this is the stuff that like some people got to do the research.
Mm-hmm.
The NBA back then needed Jordan for their face, just like the dunk contest, right? They made you. The league was just getting started. Like people don't realize in the 80s it was just getting started. They were trying to build something. So they needed them dunk contests. They needed Michael Jordan. They needed these guys to represent their teams. So guys who didn't want to be a part of dunk contests, the team wanted that jersey on that court at that time. So there was guys in the dunk contest that's like, well, why are we here? We know who they want. Why are we wasting our time, right? So when people say, yo, look, Jordan did it, Jordan had to. Jordan had to. Like, Nike was make sure that them shoes is there. The league was making sure the space was there. They were building a product. That's hard to take away when you're talking about the impact MJ had over everybody versus Steph. So it's, you know, the mass is gonna go with MJ because
Gil,
his punch was bigger.
we're waiting for your full opinion tomorrow. That's why
Well, I
we
gave
called
it now,
too.
so I don't have to give it
Nah,
tomorrow.
you're not. We're getting into it tomorrow.
Got it.
But we appreciate you guys as always. Shout out to Underdog Fantasy again. Download the app, use promo code Gil's Arena. Shout out to the entire crew. Shout out to Lexi. Shout out to Brandon.
Yes.
Gil, they say you look like you work at Pennzoil, so you're getting a little slandered today. So I want to just leave you with that final thought.
Hey,
I like the blue though. I like.
no,
the,
for
you know,
real, I was
dark
in there.
blue,
I was like, man, I don't like this, man, but it was a shirt.
Wear what you did.
something I would wear. That's a dad fit, man.
Who's here
It's a
tomorrow?
Good dad fit.
Definitely a dad fit.
Good dad
Right.
fit.
The People's Champ, Rashad McCann and Kenyon Martin. And Rashad said he's coming for you, Gil. 10-1.
I don't know.
We appreciate y'all rocking with us. We will see you tomorrow on Gil's Arena.
Yes, sir.